It's thinking. There we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome aboard. Happy Friday. The minute I go live, my wife shows up. Hi. She says hello. Oh, my gosh. We're going to do the de-airbusser for this Boeing types. I don't know what that means. Vegas Flyer, it's good to see you. Mo Faze, welcome aboard. Hope you guys are all doing well. Happy Friday. It's been a weird week, man. It's been kind of weird in the flight sim world. We've actually had a bit of drama. Even our little flight sim world even managed to make it pretty much into we made it onto all the tech blogs for reasons that we probably don't want to be on the tech blogs without question. But yeah, it's been kind of weird. We're definitely going to talk about that some more. The title is test.exe if you guys are not here on YouTube. And if you don't know what that means, you should Google search A320 test.exe and just go see what comes up. Otherwise, stick around and we'll talk about that some more. Can't wait to hear you put it on the FSE. I don't know what the FSE is, so I don't know if I can give you an opinion. Brapsity, welcome aboard. Brapsity is one of our fellow Boston-based streamers here. We had a nice conversation the other day talking about Twitch and life and sort of all that stuff in between. It's good to see you, Brapsity. Real MG, welcome aboard. Papa Hotel, welcome aboard. Onyx 320, Bubble Matuna. It's good to see all you guys today. I hope you are doing fantastic. Edu Valum is in the house. Good to see you, man. You got some Chewy emotes going. Oh, you could probably give Chew. Yeah, you're good. You're good. Shaggy 4989. Good to see it. Yeah. We'll go through some subscriptions here, and we'll go from there. First of all, we have Blind Fox 455. Blind Fox 455 here for 6 months. He says, cheers and thanks for all you do. Blind Fox, thank you very much for your 6 months of support. Cheers, buddy. I do appreciate it. Uberbot says, long-time listener, first-time caller. I'm going to call shenanigans on that one. Ben, thank you very much for 14 months. I really do appreciate it, man. Cheers to you. I know with Uberbot, I'm one of two people he subscribes to. The other one being, of course, the world-famous variety streamer Moon Moon OW, which if you're not watching Moon Moon, you should watch Moon Moon because he's hilarious. Coast Pilot's here for 10 months. He says, caught a live one. Coast Pilot, thank you very much for 10 months, man. Cheers to you. Euphoric Rager with the donation. Hang on. One more. Let's do this. I'm playing with settings. Euphoric Rager's here with the donation, man. He says, let's have some let's have a fun bloody-tastic stream. Mr. Shuff, what's in the glass tonight? Tonight, we've got some Cabernet Sauvignon made in 2016. This is my wife and I's homemade wine. It's good. It's real good. I figured I'd do some wine tonight instead of beer because we'll talk about that later too, but I got some friends coming over tomorrow. We're probably going to drink a lot of beers tomorrow. So tonight it's going to be, I think, the red stuff. Ash Miller 45, thanks for the host. Hungover Pilot, thank you very much. Welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. Cheers, my friend. I do appreciate your support. Hungover Pilot, I like the name too. That's a good one. Big Red 7813 is here for 10 months. Big Red 7813, thank you very much for your continued support, and big cheers to you. Canicus, good to see you, buddy. Canicus, welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. Cheers to you. I do appreciate your support as well, Mr. Canicus. I haven't heard from you for a while, man. Hope you're doing well. Two-Toe Murphy's here for 10 months. 10 months, that's 7,300 hours. Holy crap, dude. That's what Google said, at least. Keep up the amazing work. It's been a blast tuning in. Two-Toe Murphy, it's been a blast having you here, man. Cheers to you, and thank you for 10 months. And finally, I'm sure last but not least, we'll have more tonight, I would imagine. BT Raider, welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. BT Raider, thank you very much for your support, and cheers to you. The red stuff, I know. 3 Black App Music, good to see you, man. Amazing and warm good day to you as well, sir. I hope you're doing well. Hope you guys are all doing well. My mic seems very bass heavy. Okay. I mean, is it like bad bass heavy? I'm kind of talking into it, so I could turn the bass down a little bit. So we're kind of playing with some audio settings tonight. I'm trying to. I turned up my de-esser because I noticed that I was hissing really bad on the microphone. And so it's a matter of just kind of tinkering around and playing with stuff. But there I turned the bass down a little bit. The bass kind of depends on, like, if I'm close to the microphone, the bass is high. If I'm far from the microphone, the bass is low. So we got to find that little sweet spot there. And crank the bass enhancer. Literally, I have, there's literally a knob on here that is called the bass enhancer. I love it. Phil 7488, welcome to the Beer of the Month Club, and thank you for your support. Cheers to you, my friend. I do appreciate it. Never turn down the bass, they say. No kidding. The man 8237, happy Friday to you as well, sir. WBS52, good to see you, Bill. Happy Friday. Mr. WBS52 was gracious enough a couple weeks ago to send me I don't have it up here, but he sent me a keychain flashlight. And I did some night flying on Wednesday, and got to use the keychain flashlight for the very first time. And that sucker is bright, and it's also super handy. So big thanks for that. Clawforty21, thank you for the bits, my friend. And Oxbox here for 11 months with the Prime sub. Kia Aura from New Zealand. I don't know what that means. 11 months flies by. Cheers, dude. Always a good time hanging out in your streams. Thank you very much, Oxbox. Cheers, buddy. I really do appreciate it. Whitsim's here for 14 months. He says, oh, look, it's a malware bus A320. The Mal Bus A320. Cheers to you, buddy. We're gonna that's pretty much gonna be the topic of conversation tonight, I suspect. Yeah, Titty Man, welcome aboard. Ridiculous, happy Friday, man. Ridiculous, thanks for 14 months, dude. Cheers to you. We're never gonna get out of here tonight. This must be the week that has the weekend that has the big 14-month push. Captain Aviation's good to see you, dude. How you doing, man? Cheers to you. Fast Joe Testarossa, welcome aboard. That was okay. We got Ridiculous already. Ridiculous, cheers, my friend. Thanks for 14 months. I think I got you. Edu Valum here for welcome to the Beer of the Month Club here for the first time. Cheers to you, my friend. I'd really appreciate it. You guys are killing me tonight. You really do. Jonathan's Gamecast, good to see you, man. Oh, rant. It's not so much rant time. It's just going to be talking about the facts, man. If you want to go see rants, there's some other prolific streamers who have certainly had their rants and had their moments where they're, I don't know, where they're discussing the events. And if you guys aren't familiar with the events, a very well-known A320 developer in P3D Flight Sim Labs was caught distributing malware in their installation of their aircraft. So that's enough of that for now. Let's get this thing up and running and get going. Tim Rody, it's good to see you, man. I'll go for here for 3 months. He says, here's one more from Europe. Keep it rolling. I'll go for thank you very much. Cheers to you. You guys are all doing, you guys are all great tonight. It's already been a good night, man. Cheers. Cheers to everybody. Thanks you for all the subs so far. Thank you for the donations. Thank you for the bits. And thank you guys all for dropping in and at least saying hello. I'm not a big fan of the follower alerts and things like that. I don't think that they add a whole lot of value. But I do my best to try to say hello to every single person that comes through here. Like Rudyism's here. Cheers to you, buddy. He's got the red ale too. So anyway, tonight we're going to fly the A320, not the one that's malware-ridden absurdness and P3D. Now we're going to fly the A320 by FlightFactor. This is notable because this thing finally released to a greater audience, if you will. If you want to go buy this plane now, you finally can. You can go pick it up for I think it's $90 on the org store or something like that. This has been said a couple times already, but I'll say it again because this will probably end up being a bigger stream. I received a review copy of this airplane. I did not pay for it. So any opinion that I have, you can take that as you will. It's definitely not cheap. That's for sure. But it's also, I don't know. It is what it is. It's really good, man. It's really good. Kieran, good to see you. Mr. Disco Crab, welcome aboard. Alfie M, happy Friday. X-Play 1972, happy Friday. Kryptonics for the win says, I love your stream. I love this. I love you too, buddy. Cheers. Welcome aboard. It also doesn't include malware. That is that N90 Flyer, good to see, man. That's also a bonus. Cryptox, let's chill down on the caps a little bit. So let's get this thing up and running. Let's get this thing going. We're going to be flying tonight. Actually, we'll talk about the route first. We're going to be flying on the VATSIM network, so if you want to come join me, that's totally cool. That's why I'm doing this. I'm flying out of the lovely Fort Wayne Airport, Fort Wayne, Indiana. Notable for pretty much nothing. It is notable, however, for being my hometown. So I want to go fly through LaGuardia, because if we look at LaGuardia in the New York area, it's all crap. It's all crap tonight, and it's going to remain crap the entire night. The LaGuardia TAF is calling for basically 3 miles, overcast 700 to 500 all night long. So we're gonna have ourselves probably a good fun approach coming into LaGuardia, and then the second leg is going to take us from LaGuardia up to Portland, Maine. I flew up to Portland, Maine in the real world on Wednesday, and I had a good time going up there. So I figured I'd fly up there in the sim too, and see if we can get a little bit. It's marginal right now, and I think it's supposed to stay. It's going to stay. It actually might go IFR, or it's going to stay marginal pretty much all night. So we're not going to have too many issues getting up there, but it'll still be something different. You probably don't see a lot of streamers going from Fort Wayne and flying to Portland, Maine. So we're gonna change things up a little bit here tonight with that. So that's the route. If you want to come join us, we'll be on the VATSIM network. I don't know what there's going to be for controllers. The F&O is on the other goddamn side of the world, or the country. New York Approach is online and has some coverage. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some more New York folks come on. I also wouldn't be surprised if Boston ends up on at some point tonight too, because it is a Friday night. So anyway, this is the FlightFactor A320. This plane's been beaten into the ground already. It just came out, right? I am deeply in love with this airplane. This has been my favorite jet for some time. I'm ordering instruments from Sweetwater. Oh, that's right. Yes, Sweetwater's in Fort Wayne. I forget about that. And actually, the owner of Sweetwater is actually a big aviation fan. He owns an FBO at Smith Field in Fort Wayne, and has among other things, he has a Cirrus jet up there, a Vision jet, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I have a love affair with this A320. This is one of my absolute favorite planes to ever come out ever. Like it's already such a damn good plane, and they still have things and stuff that they're working on. It's going to be pretty much me gushing about this all night. Just no caps, man. Like Kryptonics, man. I just keep the caps to a minimum. Like that's all we're talking about here. Virus City here for 2 months with the tier 3 sub. Virus City, thank you very much for the tier 3 sub. I really do appreciate it. Cheers to you, buddy. Virus City, you live out in the Midwest, don't you, man? We should try to meet up sometime when I head out there. Tango Alpha X-Ray, welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. Thank you for your support. Cheers, appreciate it. Scarebus drivers here, just home from 4 weeks in your fine country in jet lag. Scarebus driver, good to see you, man. Haven't seen you for a while, but if you were over here, that would kind of explain it. What's it like on the frames? Sitting here with the engines off in the middle of the Midwest, I'm getting you can't really see it.
Retard.
We'll turn the Streamlabs list off. So there you can see the frames. The frames are running mid 40s right now with everything turned off. I'll pull it up again here for you once we get everything turned on. But frames are really good. Now, the caveat there is that this plane runs the entire flight model and all the avionics on a second core. So if you find that you're already sort of resource starved with X-Plane, this plane may perform worse than some other planes do, just because of the way that it's running. But it has, for me, this plane has run spectacularly. The only issue I've seen with anybody flying this thing as far as performance goes is with the streamers. Excuse me, because this plane consumes another core with the way that they're running it, a lot of the streamers have found their streams to be a little choppy. Only because it's using so many more resources and whatnot. And space that they normally had reserved on another core for the streaming stuff now is consumed by this thing running. But it's been pretty good for me. JHJORTH91, JH Jorth, I'm going to go with. Welcome to Beer of the Month Club. Thank you for your support. Cheers to you. And Paco Board's here for 14 months. B is for barrel roll. We're not going to be able to barrel roll this thing. I got to get Mike in here, a Scarebus driver, to tell me how to turn off the normal law so we can barrel roll it, man. Talk about the flying experience in and out of Portland. N90 Flyer, we have a lot of time to spend in cruise, so why don't we talk about that in the air? I definitely want to talk about it because it was an interesting flight for me. Snatzo Mobile, it's good to see you, buddy. Miles ahead, welcome aboard. We're flying Fort Wayne to LaGuardia tonight on VATSIM. So let's get this thing up and running. Go to the overhead panel here. We'll start with battery 1, battery 2. We'll start to hear some sounds come alive. We're going to go ahead and turn on the ground power and the air starters. And we'll get the APU later. Move over to the overhead panel, turn the external power on. It's going to run through all of its self-checks here. We'll start to hear this sucker come alive. Good. And then we're going to go left to right down the panel. Now, IRSs can go over to nav. Left panel looks fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and turn the pumps on now because that's how I roll. Electric is where I want it to be. All of the air is where I want it to be. Let's turn on the nav and logo lights. All the lights can stay off. We'll leave the APU off for the time being. We will arm the emergency exit lights. We'll turn on the no smoking sights. We'll turn off the no seatbelt signs. We'll turn off the seatbelt signs, because if we turned off the no seatbelt signs, that would be the seatbelt double negative. And that might be the name of the stream today. Let me write down my cleverness. Seatbelt double negative. Good with that panel. Onto the right panel. There's nothing to do there because we're not messing with any of the flight controls or any of that crap. Dusty Props here for 5 months. He says, there goes my racist C. You should be able to pick your icon if you ask me. Dusty Prop, thanks very much for your 5 months, man. Cheers. Drake Collin, welcome aboard. Vash, good to see it. My head hurts already, right? All right, so overhead panel's good. We'll come down to the center console here. What nav database is that running? Oh, that's running last year's. Are you kidding me? It overwrote my nav database.
Retard.
Again, it overwrote my nav database. So, let's see here. Let's go Jets. Because I want to at least have something, you know, fairly recent. It doesn't need to be the most current, but I want something better than a year old. Because I don't know what all has changed on these routes. So let's go FlightFactor A3. I cannot wait for Navigraph to finally support this damn plane. All right, so there's my nav 1 DB. Pull you up, take you over to plug it. Nope. Data, right there. We'll do that. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is reload the airplane. So we're gonna go to developer and reload the current aircraft. And it's gonna crash my sim. Oh no. Is it gonna crash my PC? GG. That's production quality right there. Okay. So FlightFactor has been, or X-Plane has been showing my key a couple times when I've loaded the sim up. So I'm gonna go ahead and not show the sim here for a second while I get this thing going. And you guys can just stare at my beautiful face. Yeah, you like my background? Yeah, I usually have my background as black. Like every PC has been black. And Windows 8 started this, and Windows 10 has continued. I have so many different computers that are attempting to like synchronize all my settings and crap that it has now gone to Windows Blue, and it will not change from Windows Blue. Like I set it to black, and it just like something connects and says, "Oh, hey, that's supposed to be blue," and then syncs it over to blue. It's kind of a pain in the butt. All right, so we're FlightFactor A320 American, yada, yada, yada. Let's customize that, go there, confirm, start flight, get back on the tarmac. Josh Gibbs, good to see you, man. Josh, cheers, buddy. Happy Friday, hope you're doing well. The Mago, thank you very much for your 3 months, man. Cheers to you. I really do appreciate your support. That was a fast flight, I know, right? That's how we roll around here, man. That's how we roll. Bluesmaster 2000, good to see you, man. How much computer graphics do you need for the plane to actually work? I have no idea, dude. You can go to the forums and you can probably try to solicit some people and see how other hardware has run. I have an i7 4790K and a GTX 1070. And my entire sim runs pretty fantastic. Like I have very, very, very few complaints with how well my sim runs. Or how well my sim doesn't run. I used Grandpa Harold for my Xbox 11 or my X-Plane 11 background. I should set an X-Plane 11 background one of these days and just make something ridiculous. Papa Hotel, good to see you, man. Sammy Ahmed, welcome aboard. Happy Friday. Cooper Fish 2002, good to see you. Seems like it will overwrite the NavDB every time you update it. Not every time. Like sometimes it overwrites the nav database, but it doesn't seem to do it every single time. Yeah, it's kind of annoying like that. It's all right though. It won't take us. It'll take us all but like 2 minutes to get back to where we were at. 62 planes. Is that how many I have? I have a lot of airplanes. All right, so let's do this. Let's kill that. Let's go plugins, X Squawk Box, connect, AAL, I'm going to show you a trick with Squawk Box. So sometimes when you load an X-Plane 11 or X-Plane 10 even, you see the chat window here, okay? If you want to reset its position, go to X Squawk Box, go to Preferences, select the text window size, and just change the window size. So I alternate between 10 and 11 lines. Hit OK, and now it's going to be up here where it belongs in the corner. That's my pro tip of the day. All right, so let's do this again. Let's go battery 1, battery 2. Let's go over here. Let's do ground power, air start. Back to the overhead panel, external power. Give that a second and wait for the fans to come on. I tried to reload the plane, Tim, and the whole thing just crashed, so it's all right. We haven't lost any time. Fuel pumps, good there. Let's bring the... Nope, not you, but you. Arm, on, off. Great. Down here. Now we've got November to December. That's what I wanted to see. And we will go to flight in it. We're going to go from KFWA. I'm flying that out to KLGA, KLGA. The return. And we'll wait for a second here for the Align IRS to pop up. Pop that in right there. And let's do people and fuel. So we don't have any ATC tonight. I don't imagine we'll have ATC in the great city of Fort Wayne. I'm quite mistaken. Watch Cross. Watch Cross. I recognize that name. We have a tower. Great. So we actually do have some ATC tonight. That'd be fantastic. All right. So let's get people and fuel loaded on here, and then we'll go from there. I need to redo sim brief, though. Because sim brief is not in kilos. So let's go edit flight. Let's go to kilos. Because this plane only supports kilograms. Because why the hell not? Mike, Juliet, let me get to see it. Sendero, welcome aboard, Mike. What's the air starter for? I'm assuming it gives bleed air, right? I don't know. I just turned them both on. All right. Okay, so I want to do fuel. Fuel, let's pull you, call you. We're at the gate, and we'll call you. We're at the cargo, we'll open both those doors. Back to fuel, we're looking for 7,134 kilos of fuel. That's good enough right there. Set that. Remove that, go to packs. Sim brief is telling me 95 passengers. Apparently the Fort Wayne to LaGuardia leg is not a super popular leg. Set that. And then we're looking for a zero fuel weight of 53.7. So if we go to perf data, we look at our zero fuel weight, we're at 50.2. To get to 53.7, we need to add 3.5 tons. So we go back to cargo. We'll add 3.5 to 1, so that's going to be 4,600. 4,600. Set that. And that gives us our perf. Close, close, close. Good. All right, so that's good to go. Let's go ahead and call clearance up. So we got Fort Wayne Tower online today. I need Squawk Box, and I need Show Who's Online. Need you to move out of there. We go. Mr. Watchgrass has got us covered here. Fort Wayne Towers 19.1. It's Woman 9.1. Turn our sound up. Make sure this thing even works. Are they just being... Really annoys me. These aircraft don't read from the central nav DB. Yeah, I mean a lot of them do, but this one is different. You know, this one is different. So let's get craft. And we're going to be American 717. Okay, we can hear people. That's good. American 717. We're going from Fort Wayne. And we're going all the way to LaGuardia. La Garbage. I have no departures or anything like that to worry about. All right, so let's do my VATSIM. That's my VATSIM transmit key. Fort Wayne, good evening, American 717 I-4 LaGuardia. Good evening, radio check. All right, is it me or is it VATSIM? Today, I'm going to blame VATSIM. But let's check. Shh. Check, check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Your environment has more noise than expected.
Check, check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
All right. So we're transmitting at least. I crashed like good to see man. Steve, welcome aboard. Jonathan Cordova, happy Friday. Honk to you as well, sir. Steve, I said hello to Steve. Will Pipes, good to see you. Anybody else I missed? Ailerons Neutral, welcome aboard. Sam Swar, good to see you. Ran1242, welcome aboard. Oh yeah, dude. It's all that bass. All about the bass. Oh yeah, the audio codec's so good. All right, well, we're gonna give this guy a second to hopefully figure out what's going on.
Fort Wayne Tower, Boeing A320 call for clearance to LaGuardia.
All right, I think he's having some audio issues, so we're just gonna leave that alone for now, and we'll start programming in here. So our cost index tonight is gonna be 5. We're going up to 37,000 feet. Good there. All right, let's go to the flight plan page. KFWA, departure. We're planning on departing from runway. 23. Not that there's actually any sort of departures here. From there, we are going to fly to direct to Fort Wayne, FWA. So FWA. And then we're going to take U and go to U, and we're going to put in J64. Boom. We're taking that all the way to EWC24. EWC24. Boom. Oh no. How do I program that? I don't know how to program this in the Airbus. Maybe you guys can help me. Okay, so if we pull some FlightFactor up here. Come on. I said if we pull some FlightFactor up here, it's not working. Stand by. I had this problem last week too. I fixed it before the stream went live. I didn't think to do it again. I know I can't run. That's fine. Just close the damn thing and let me try this again. Stand by. Elevator music. That's a good call. Boy, look at the outside of this beautiful airplane. Isn't it nice? It's real nice and pretty. Uh-huh. Okay. Here's what we're trying to do. If we look at the high chart, I don't know how to program this point right here, EWC24. I'm guessing it's calling it the 24 off of EWC on the J64. Max, good to see you, dude. Happy Friday, man. Welcome aboard. I don't know how to program that in, though. Airway intersection. Is it even possible to program on this plane? I could just not do it. Think they'd notice? How do you get VATSIM planes to show up as real planes instead of blur of light? Grab the Bluebell CSL pack off the org. EWC bearing 24. Okay, let's try that. What is the reciprocal of 282? That's going to be... Oh, gosh. Math. It's going to be 102. All right. Let's see if this works. I'll go back to flight plan. And then EWC /102/24. Yeah? Did it work? Yeah, it did work. All right. Thank you, buddy. Good suggestion. Did I do my math wrong on that? No, I did my math right. Good enough. It's not like we're going to have a controller on anyway. Okay, so then after that comes my flight plan again. PSB. Yeah, PSB. And then we'll be on the arrival. So then we'll clear that discontinuity, insert that. Go to LGA. We're going to plan for our arrival. Probably going to be what I say it was going to be. So I looked all this stuff up beforehand, so I try to get it right. 13. ILS for me, 13. Oh, there's no ILS for 13. Uh-huh. There's an ILS for 13. So we'll plan for that. And on the MIP 4 and no transition, I'm going to... Oh, yeah. PSB and approach vias. I don't think there are any. Nope, it's all vectored. So temporary... Clear. Insert. Oops. All right. Let's see here. So we've got...
For wing tower, Alaska 613, radio check.
All right, we got that. Yeah. That I'm not as sure about this, but we'll just kind of go with it anyway. I think it'll be fine. MIP. Yep. All right. Thank you for the entertainment I was preferring for my show. All good, dude. Take it easy, Brapsody. Have a good night. Good luck tonight. Break a leg. You know how it goes. Fort Wayne Tower, radio check. All right. No voice. Leaves before we even do the takeoff. If he only knew how close we were. Tim Scenes View. Dash 8 mate, welcome aboard. Happy Friday. Just fly without the tower. I mean, the tower, the tower's a dude here doing stuff, While he's doing that, we'll go in it. Over here, 0 fuel weight today. Should be able to hit the request button, right? Yep, that looks right. And then we go to perf. 130. V1 130, V rotate 130, V2 134. And we're going to go check out our flaps. So let's come over here. Go to perf data. CG. Oh, hey, it's like they're giving us trim position. That's fantastic. Up 1.4. They're finally giving us trim position. All right, so we're going to go 1/up 1.4. They haven't given us trim position
Wayne
ever.
Tower, Boeing 808 Golf, looking for clearance.
And we'll flex her to 45. Chili Williams, good to see you, buddy. Happy Friday. Pat Dog, welcome aboard. I'm flying out of Fort Wayne tonight. Joe Winzinski, welcome aboard. Isn't that an NRS waypoint? I have no idea what that means. Looks like he cleared me in chat. Yeah, I think he did. Oh yeah, I got my clearance there. Right, okay. Copy from earlier. All right. He did clear me. I didn't see that was me. All right, so climb as filed. LED climb 5,000. Departure offline 6237. So 5,000. 5,062.37. Did I miss a sub? No, I didn't miss anybody. Where are you? 6237. On. TARA all. Okay. All right, so we've got the glare shield set up now. We've got our flight plan in. I've gotten clearance. I've got my squawk code in. Overhead panel, let's get the APU going. So master switch on. 1, 2, 3. Hit this. Hit starter. We'll verify the APU is coming online. APU is coming online now. This URL not found. Welcome aboard. Yeah, where's Chase? We need him, right? Is FlightFactor planning for a darker cockpit? I do not know. Probably not, but I don't have any idea. They're still working on getting this to like a 1.0 release, so we've got some time. I think our tower controller is having some comms issues. Okay, so we've got an engine. Okay, we got engines. Good. So overhead panel now. We'll turn the seatbelt sign on. Disconnect the external power. Bring the APU bleed online. Let's go beacon on. We can disconnect. Disconnect you. Disconnect you. Bring you out here.
Please show me where you want to go.
I'll show you where I want to go. Should be good right there. Yeah. I'm going to assume this is all, yeah, this is all non-movement area. So we're good. Yeah. How do I update this plane? There is an installer in the base directory. So if we look at the A320 directory, there's this thing called X Updater Client. Run that. Put your key and all your information in, and the plane will automatically update itself. Doing 22 IRL. I don't know, because I just did a flight on VATSIM. They landed me on 4. Interesting. Well, we'll see what we get. We can always change the runway fairly easily. Det Kimball, welcome aboard. Mega Mas, good to see you, man. Haven't seen you for a while.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed.
Test.exe, right? Curious to see what your frames will be when you get to New York City. Yeah, you and me both. I haven't been there for a while. Slim WP, good to see you. What does my better pushback always say? No tug available. I have no idea about that one. So we're just waiting for him to connect us up. I think Tower has probably given up at this point. Tower seems to be no longer online. It's not so mobile, good to see it. Can you go through the fuselage on the model and set up wing views, or do you need to edit in the prefs file? You have to edit the preferences file, it looks like.
So connected and bypassed and inserted. Release parking brake.
Yes, sir.
Sorry,
Lights, fuel pumps, everything's good there. Okay, we'll turn the igniter on. We'll start engine number... No, turn the igniter on, and we'll start engine number 2. Teggy B, welcome aboard. Happy Friday. Good to see you. Det Kimball, good to see you.
Forward tower radio check.
5x5.
All right. For
Yep.
wing tower, Oscar 613, looking to pick up Iron Power clearance to LaGuardia.
Oh. Oh, hang on. I know what the problem here is. Nope. Sounds are all where they need to be. Okay. Okay, that's one good engine. No, it's not. Why did my engine start up?
Retard, retard, retard.
I have the PSI. Oh, did I? Oh, you know what I did? I didn't wait long enough. Now the engine started. Now the starter will work. Yep. Okay. This show not found. Thanks for the gift. Thanks for gifting the sub, Teggy B. Teggy B. Welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. Cheers to you, my friend. Appreciate it. Yeah, I screwed that up. Who needs an engine? Is it going now? Yeah. Go home, push back. You drunk.
Rolling tower.
Roger.
Operation complete. No parking brake.
Set your parking brake. Okay. That's one good engine.
Disconnecting.
Make it
to
two.
Stand by.
FlightFactor, welcome aboard, man. Glad to have you here. Happy Friday. Dark Potato, welcome aboard. Yeah, you had to wait for the engine instrumentation. Yeah, I knew that I had to wait. I forgot. That's all there is to it. I hope that they improve the startup sounds in this plane because I think it needs some work. Okay. It's two good engines, it looks like.
Disconnected.
Yep.
Flight gas bin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time.
Thank
and
you.
Have a safe flight.
Let's go flaps one. Arm. And max on. We have one plus F indicated. Oh boy, that's loud. Sorry about that. Right rotor's good. Left rotor's good. Left aileron. Right aileron. Full back. Full forward. Okay, let's get our weather, and then we'll get see if we can get a taxi out of here. 4-wind weather, 280, 9 or 10 mile visibility, overcast, 907 degrees Celsius, summit of 3023. 3023. So get your park brake. Give her a little gas. Tower's offline again. I'm guessing he's not going to get that fixed. If you guys are trying to fly tonight, I would just program up and you're probably just going to want to go. It seems like Tower is having some issues. Okay, clear on the right, clear on the left. Let's get some taxi lights on here. Tower's offline again. Not going to worry about it. Trying to touch a girlfriend and to go to Flight Sim Expo. Yeah. Somebody's doing flight services? Really?
Retard,
Dark Potato, we'll see you, buddy.
retard.
Det Kimball 911, welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. Thank you very much for your support. Cheers. Appreciate it. Kyokin, it's good to see you, man. How you doing? Kyokin's been learning to fly the Piper Arrow in perhaps questionable conditions. I've been at the bar and I've slowly had 2 drinks. Yeah, we're a little late getting off the ground tonight. That's for sure. All right. I'm gonna give Tower one more chance to open her up here. Okay, bleeds off. What am I looking for here? Looking for takeoff config. Seven short 23 with weather.
Retard.
Josh Gibbs here for 14 months. He says, screw Tower, punch it, Chewy. We're getting there, man. Cheers, Josh. Thank you very much for your continued support. Do appreciate it. I'll stop using the window as a lot. Dude, Kyokin, I had no idea what you were talking about last night either. I really had no idea. All right, not going to happen tonight. So lights. Turn the APU off. APU bleed can come off. Okay, lights are good. Camera's good. I guess we'll go 122.8 out once we're out of here. And action. We got, yep. Let's turn you on. All right, let's go. Clock. Clear left.
Approaching.
Clear right.
2, 3.
Checked.
On runway 2,
Here we go.
3.
Stable. Flex 45. Airspeed's good. V1, VR. Positive rate. Gear. Okay, climb power. Climb power set. Let's go autopilot. Autopilot should turn us towards Fort Wayne.
Retard.
Taylor 114E, welcome to the Month Club. Thank you very much for your support. Cheers to you. Is there a way to export the screens to another monitor yet? I don't think so. No, not yet. Hopefully someday. Okay, there's flap retraction speed.
Fort-Wayne Tower, 613.
Oh, we got to level off there. Let's go. And manage mode. So we're going all the way up to what I say, 37? Sounds right. Gaps take off. Gears up. Lights are out. Flaps are up. Indicated. Turn the ignition off now. Turn off taxi lights. I'm going to turn off lights. Keep the flight attendants just because. We good? It's not a very good flyby sound. Beautiful Fort Wayne, Indiana. I have zoom level 17 ortho in this entire area because it's my hometown. And that's just how it's gonna be. Oh, I forgot to set the transition altitude. I always forget the transition altitude. Does the marker only go off when tuned into the ILS on that runway? No. If you need to have the marker unmuted.
Altimeter setting.
You need to have the marker unmuted, but it'll go off anytime you fly over a marker. Tim Radio, we'll see you, buddy. All right, turning towards Fort Wayne. Get 10,000 feet here in just a moment. Watch Crossman, I'm sorry that your mic, either your mic or your headphones or something didn't seem to work there. That's a bummer, dude. There's a level off. There's 10,000. Ah, yes. Okay, there we go. There's the acceleration. I thought maybe because the cost index was 5 that it was just going to accelerate at 250, and I was going to get real upset at it if that was the case. We might bump our cost index by the time this flight's over with. Oh yeah, we can disarm the ground spoilers and do landing lights off now. All right. Up we go. Not much to look at tonight. Zebo F-Mod has good flyby sounds. Yeah, a lot of planes do. I don't know why this one doesn't. I'm assuming, are they even using F-Mod in this plane? That might be what it is. I know, Watchcross, but nobody, like, we couldn't hear or talk to you, man. Like, aside from the text. And then you, like, stopped responding on text there for a second, so I just took off. But I appreciate you coming online, man. Try to update my plane. X-Editor client isn't an executable jar. It should be. It updated. It worked for me just double clicking on it, but you might have to. You might go to the support forum, see if they can help you out there. I think F-Mod sounds way better than this. Well, it depends on the source material that you put into it. Like, if you put good source material into your F-Mod, then it's going to sound... Like, you can put crappy sounds into F-Mod, and it would still sound crappy. So, I'm assuming they're not using F-Mod, but I honestly have no idea. Are you always against night flights? Yeah, generally. Night flights are kind of boring. Like, if I were to make it night on the stream... Like, if we were to think about a night flight, we'd literally just be staring at this all night. Okay? Like, this is not particularly interesting to me, especially when I'm streaming. Like, I know that there's not a whole lot to look out there because of the clouds and crap, but it's still, in my opinion, a little bit better than, a little bit better than, like, just flying around at night. Because at some point we might see some holes in the clouds and, you know, whatever else. But it's just, yeah, it's not, night flying just, I don't think works in the stream very well. Matt, 1997 era, good to see you, buddy. Happy Friday. Hope you're doing well. Dogo DR, welcome aboard. Cheers to the coffee stout from Epic Brewery in Colorado. That sounds delicious. Max Sutton 11, happy Friday. Have I seen the new Swoop airline livery? I have not. Yeah, we can go standard now at 18,000. Close enough. Look out the window. That's what we're here for. I should do Key West soon. Yeah, I'll do some Key West one of these days. Key West, we'll probably go down there. We probably do general aviation heading down there. Or go down something like the Eclipse. So, somebody was asking about my experience flying up to Portland this weekend, or this week. So, let me find... It's going to be picture time again, because it always is. So, I needed to get night current. In addition to getting night current, I need... I just need hours. Like, I need cross-country hours. I need hours. So, on Wednesday in New England, it was forecast to be in the 70s Fahrenheit. So, that's really warm for February. Like, our normal temperature around here is in the mid 30s in February. So, for it to be warm like that is crazy. I got checked out on the Club's 172 on Monday. So I'm now checked out on the 172 and the Warrior. So I booked a flight in the Warrior on Wednesday, figuring, okay, it's going to be a nice night. I'm going to go up. I'm going to get night current. And you know what? While I'm in the process of it, I may as well go up to Portland, Maine or somewhere and do a quick cross country. So my goal was to go to Portland, Maine, because I hadn't been there yet in the plane. Do a touch and go, or do a stop and go, I should say, and then head home. And on the way to Portland, I'd stop in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, where I would do another stop and go, because the rule is 3 full stop landings in a 90-day period. So as I was planning my flight and whatnot, I talked to Max, and Max was like, "Yo, dude, what are you doing?" And I said, I'm gonna fly up to Portland, man. Like, you wanna do something? He says, "I can be to the airport in 45 minutes." I said, "Great." So Max flew up to Portland, Maine from White Plains. I flew up from Beverly, Massachusetts. He landed not even 3 minutes or 4 minutes before me. Like, we landed, well, maybe a little bit more than that, but we landed pretty much right one after another, which was cool. Like, the coordination worked out really well. And we went out for dinner. So we went to a place and we had some poutine. The poutine was delicious. Let me see if I can find a picture of the poutine without incriminating anybody here. Where's Discord? There's Discord. Poutine, gotta get some poutine. That was that meal. Yeah, there we go. Poutine, man. So we got some poutine up in Portland, Maine. Gravy-covered fries with cheese curds. My mouth is watering thinking about how delicious these things were. So we went out there, we got some poutine, we had some other food. It was a good time. And in the process, I snapped this picture as well. You got Max's Cirrus here, and you got the 172 I flew up there in right back there. So then we took off and we headed home. So the long and short of it is I got night current. I got 2 hours of cross country. 2 hours of night cross country time in, which was sweet. That was my first solo. Well, it was my first real PIC night flight that I've done. I had done one where half, like a small chunk of the time was night, but this one was night from beginning to end. So that was really cool. The downside to the whole thing was that there was a front that was moving in that night, and the winds were crazy. Like, the winds were howling out of the, like at 4,000 feet, the winds were coming out of the west at like 35, 40 knots. Like, Max has got a picture of him doing, Max, what are you doing? Like 250 or something over the ground? Just something ridiculous. Like, the controller even said, "What's your indicated airspeed?" And he tells him, he's like, "You got some pretty good winds, don't you?" Mine was a direct crosswind going up and coming back, so I basically was just flying with a big crab, so it wasn't too bad for me. But the landings were interesting. When I landed in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, it was like, I think it was like 8 gusting 20, almost straight down the runway, and the gusts were coming pretty consistently. So Portsmouth is a 10,000 foot long runway, so there was in like 400 feet wide. So there was no chance that I was going to run out of space or anything. But I went, I did my touch and go, and it was a really, really, really bad landing, and I was not proud of it at all. But whatever. We got there. It was functional. It did things, and took off. And as I took off out of Portsmouth, I hear 595 Mike Whiskey on the radio. I'm like, oh, okay, so we must be close. So I went and I found him on 4Flight, just so I knew that he was almost a beam where I was at, actually, at the time. So then I went to Portland. Coming into Portland was kind of cool. I landed south to north, and it was 9, I think it was 8 gusting 18 or something, but it was straight down the runway. So it really, like, Portland really wasn't that bad. It wasn't a great landing for me either. But I'm not well skilled in landing a 172 right now. I don't have a ton of hours in one. So we landed in Portland. As I'm coming into Portland, I have the winds are causing me grief, and then my headset stops working. Like, my headset starts going on the fritz, and I have a Clarity Aloft headset, and I can hear, but I'm having difficulties actually talking to people. And this has happened once before. I sent it back for service. And they sent it to me saying, "Hey, like, we redid all the connections, but we don't think anything's wrong with this." And no kidding, like 15 hours, 20 hours in the air later, like, it does the exact same thing, just gone. So I'm freaking out about that. I'm freaking out about the winds. I'm freaking about the fact that it's at night and the fact that I haven't flown a 172 at night in a while. I'm not freaking out, but I have a lot of stuff on my mind. So it was a fine approach. I was a little high coming in, but whatever. I like to be high. I like my approaches to be high. So I get on the ground. It wasn't a great landing, but I taxied over. I start taxiing directly towards the marshaller. I couldn't see how he was waving his sticks very well. And it was also my first time being marshaled at night. So I'm looking over and I'm taxiing straight for him. And I see the marshaller start to like look the other direction as if like, do I need to start walking away from here? Because I was not going to park the way that he wanted me to park. And then I saw Max's plane, the way he was parked. I'm like, oh. So I gave it gas. I gave it some right rudder. And then I brought myself around. And I brought myself in properly. Yeah, we cut it. We went over there. We got some food. We came back. We flew back. And flying back was totally, like, more or less uneventful. As we were coming back, I flew over Portsmouth Airport at 3,000 feet. And there were two KC-135 tankers, like big, heavy, monstrous 4-engine tankers that were doing touch and goes at Portsmouth, New Hampshire, which was really cool. So they were at my altitude as they're sort of doing their circuit, their pattern, and I flew over the airfield as one of them was coming in. So it was pretty awesome seeing those humongous planes, and getting, I got a wake turbulence call for one of them and this and that, and it's like I'm not flying anywhere near where those things were at, like going underneath those guys. So that was cool. And I heard Max on the radio the whole time. I actually saw Max pretty much the entire way down to Boston. Maybe about 10 miles or so out of my airfield is when I lost Max. So it was a really awesome night of flying. Like, I had such a fantastically good time, and it was great to get night current. It was great to kind of go up there and just kind of wet my chops a little bit and not have to worry about passengers, passenger comfort or kind of anything like that. We just sort of flew and had some amazing food. So like that right there is sort of a good reason for me why I have my pilot's license, where I can be like, all right, I'm going to hop in an airplane at 6:20 after work, fly up to a place that's 2.5 hours away by car, have some dinner, and then fly home. So I was 2 hours on the Hobbs, but I was also, like, of that Hobbs time, like, I had to taxi the plane to the other side of the field to get food, or sorry, to get fuel, because the pump was broken on my side of the field. So I had a lot of taxi time. I had to taxi to the other side of the field and to take off. So I had a lot of taxi time in there and whatnot. So I ended up with, like I said, 2 hours on the Hobbs, hour and a half on the TAC, which was nice. Like, it was a really good time. And I've got my wife and I scheduled to go up on Wednesday, which right now it's looking kind of iffy. And then I'm also next weekend potentially taking up my brother-in-law and my nephew, which will be fun. So it was a good time. I'm gonna keep saying it was a good time because it was fun. Like, if you have any inclination to get your pilot's license and you have the means to do so, you should 100% do it. Like, find a way to make it work, because now that I can actually fly again, now because it's not crazy ridiculously cold outside, I can actually go out and fly airplanes again. I'm super stoked. So CQR Smokey, welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. CQR Smokey, thank you very much for your support, and cheers to you. I didn't want to interrupt my story there. So thanks, buddy. I do appreciate it. T-Short, welcome aboard. Kevin Morris, good to see you, man. Did you get home around 1 or 2 a.m.? Nah, I got home around 11. I think I landed at 11 or 10:15. I landed around 10:15 or so, and it took me 25 minutes to pack up the airplane. And I was on my way home at 10:45. So I was at the airport at 5:45. I was off the ground. Like, I was wheels up at 6:30. And I was back home on the ground at 10:15. And this was time for us to get a crew car, go out for a meal, sit down meal, kind of shoot the breeze, just have a good time. So yeah, that was the week. Like, that was kind of the highlight of the week. Outside of that, just kind of doing work stuff and whatnot. Oh yeah, and then I get an instant message on Sunday night. So we had Monday off here in the States too, or at least I did. So that was nice. Coming up to BTV, I'll buy you lunch. All right, dude. Burlington's on my short list because I got some friends up there too. So what I got here? I'm totally missing chat today, and I'm super sorry. T-Short, good to see you. Space Dandy, I said hello to you, but hello again. First ever sub on Twitch. Really enjoy your stream. So CQR Smokey, man, I really do appreciate it. Cheers. And if you've got Amazon Prime, by the way, you can link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, and you get a free subscription every month to a streamer. Like, if you have it, you should. If you haven't used Twitch, you should use it, and you should give it to somebody. I don't care if it's me. I don't care who, I don't care who you give it to. Like, it's a really cool way to show some support for people. And if you have Amazon Prime, it doesn't cost you anything. I've been through hour upon hours of transitions like the KC-135s you saw when I'm flying tankers in the Air Force. Nice, dude. Yeah, it's crazy. I used to live underneath the approach path for that particular airport too, and I remember they would come in all the time at night. You're on an Airbus. You have no excuse to miss chat. I know, right? The EK pilot, welcome aboard. Kind of funny being 17. I can fly a plane, but most FBOs won't give me a crew car. Well, that's yeah, that is kind of funny, but renting a car, it usually comes down to like insurance restrictions and things like that too. Random question: have you eaten at Keene? I have, Max. I've been to Keene twice. Keene's good, man. The diner there, the diner at Keene's it's pretty good stuff. I don't know how late they're open, so maybe that's a place we could go to on Wednesday. But Keene's also kind of Keene could be a little terrifying to get into at night if there's no moon out, because it's like the airport's sort of in a valley there, which you know. But yeah, I've been to the restaurant there. It's good stuff. Savage 2122, good to see you. Alton Bay is good hit before it closes for the spring. Alton Bay is already closed for the spring. They closed Alton Bay on Tuesday, I think it was. And they declared at the end of the year for that. So it was open for, I think, 2 or 3 weeks. And then we got this big warm spell, and it was, yeah, Max, like, taper your expectations, Max. It was, I have enjoyed the food. I enjoyed the food up there. I'll put it that way. I've been there twice. I liked it enough that I went back with somebody. So, but taper your expectations. Like, it's a diner in the middle of nowhere. So, it's not going to be like fine dining or anything like that. Jay Dugan, 4859. Welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. Thank you very much for your support. Cheers, my buddy. Appreciate it. iFlySim9, good to see you, dude. Howdy as well. Happy Friday to you. Go to Kimball Farms where you're at Keene. How far away from the airport is that? The problem is getting around when you don't have a car. There comes 37,000 feet. We'll level her off, turn our seatbelt signs off, and then be cruise. Is there anybody? Ooh, geez. Got some folks online. I don't think anybody is going to impact us. So we got a couple guys here heading to LaGuardia with us. No center online. We got one tower, or one approach controller, or 2 approach controllers, I should say. So we might have a chance of getting some service going in there. And I'm still hoping that like Boston Center or something comes online, because it'd be nice to have some service up to Portland tonight. But we'll see. Bad Turbulence, good to see you, man. Happy Friday. Welcome aboard. How far to top a drop? Oh, I don't know, man. We just got to top a climb. Top a drop is in 205 miles, so probably 20-30 minutes. Top a drop at fake time is 20:06. Current time is 19:38. So you got about 25 minutes or so till we start our descent. Excuse me, Transplanted Yank. Welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. Thank you for your support. Cheers to you, my friend. I do appreciate it. I'm all burpy tonight. I'm not sure what's going on. K. Rutten Vermont. Yep. This operates off of radio frequency. How does that work exactly? Oh, I don't have any idea about that. I have been to Rutland though. We flew up to Rutland back in December. That was a super, super, super cold flight going up there because the heat wasn't working in the airplane. But they had a pretty good diner. The food was all right there. I don't know that I wouldn't be rushing to go back to Rutland for the food, rather for the sceneries. What are your personal thoughts on the FS Labs A320 malware? All right, so here's this discussion. So first of all, I got an IM earlier this week from another member of our lovely community here, whom I won't name. Basically just saying, like, heads up, like, have you seen the news? And I said, no, I haven't seen the news. What's going on? And he says, he explains, like, here's a rundown of what's going on. So I started digging through things. And if you don't know, what's happened is that FS Labs, there was a post on Reddit where FS Labs was being questioned or being caught essentially distributing a malware within their installer application. And this program, test.exe, is a known malware that extracts Chrome usernames and passwords and drops them in a file. So what ends up happening is that if you use a known pirated key, this program runs and then sends all of the information, unencrypted, by the way, to a server in Germany that has an open remote desktop port. Like, no Boston controls on the schedule tonight. Ah, it's too bad. Good to see you, Rick, by the way. Happy Friday. So this sends all this data via an unencrypted connection to a machine that's on the internet that has an open remote desktop port. So you have several layers of sort of WTF here. I'm not going to start with the very first obvious one. Flapped up, gear up. Good to see you, man. Welcome aboard. Anybody else I missed? I think we got them all. Oh yeah, seatbelt signs off. Turn that off. Turn that off. So I'm going to start from the back. Okay. Having an open machine on the internet with a remote desktop port open in itself can potentially be a pretty good security risk, right? Because that gives somebody an open invitation to come in and start banging away on your PC to see if they can log into it. On this machine, you are now storing personal information like usernames and passwords from Chrome, your Google account username and password, things like that. So you have this machine that has questionable security measures in front of it. If you're opening a port up like that to the internet, you probably are not very familiar with how to actually lock down and secure a machine. So there's also that. You're storing personal information on this machine that includes usernames and passwords for potentially your email, your Facebook, your bank accounts, and who knows what else. And you're doing this in Europe. Europe being notable for being a continent or an area that has some of the most consumer-friendly laws when it comes to personal information. If you've not worked in the credit card industry or you've not worked in any industry that deals with personal information, let it be known that Europe is a pain in the ass for many reasons. Go look it up if you're curious why. So there's that. You're sending information to this machine using an unencrypted connection. So if I didn't get the machine, I could potentially man in the middle and just grab the packets out of the air and say, all right, oh, I got that data. And if I recognize how it was encoded, which is not hard to do, I could take that information and I could say, all right, I got all your data. Great. I now have usernames and passwords. All right. That's a problem. Okay. It gets worse though. Take another step back. In your installer file, you are bundling a piece of malware. Okay? Every single person that installs this application runs or has this malware on their machine. The malware is part of the installer package. It extracts, it runs if it thinks it needs to, or it doesn't run and deletes if it thinks it doesn't. But at some point, anybody who has installed FS Labs in P3D version 4 has had this malware on their machine. Now, that creates a target, like a vector. It creates a vector of attack from anybody who is familiar with the fact that, hey, there's this thing out there called the FS Labs A320, and oh, there's enough people using it. Maybe if I recognize that thing is running, I can find a copy of that installer file, and I can find a way to extract it, and I could take that test.exe that's already on the person's machine, and I could do stuff with it, like run it and take the data. This is care of Frugal Pete, by the way. Some of these assumptions, and this next one is definitely one that I got from Frugal. I want to give him credit. When an installer runs, it extracts a whole bunch of data to a temporary folder, and it's possible that data could not get. Maybe that data wasn't deleted. What if the installer was aborted early? So now you could potentially have this test.exe file sitting on your machine, waiting to be run. They didn't run. FS Labs didn't run it because you're a legitimate user. You have nothing to worry about. But your black hat hacker over here that recognizes that you have this thing could say, I know what I can do. That's a problem. Okay. That is a humongous security problem. Humongous implication there in terms of security. And if you don't understand why that's a huge problem, like, go back to the VOD and listen to what I just explained. Okay, you have no control over this happening. So, a forum post is made that says, your installer application is triggering my antivirus. What's going on? And the suggestion was, well, you should turn off your antivirus when you install our application. So they're telling you that you should disable the thing that keeps your computer safe because we are incapable of making an installer or making a program that doesn't trigger it. That's a problem. That's a huge problem, by the way. You should never, ever, 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 ever turn your virus application off when you are giving a program full control of your PC, which when Windows UAC comes up and says yes or no, you hit yes, they have full control of your PC. Do not ever turn your virus protection off for something like that. If a developer says you should turn the virus protection off, you give them the finger and you say, I want a refund. Because that's complete BS. And I'm super serious, like passion. I will sit here, I will go to the grave saying that. You should never, ever use that as an excuse. So that happened. All right. So all these implications, all these accusations and whatnot are out there. And the so people are going to the forums just saying, okay, what's going on? And normally in PR, you would expect somebody to say, oh, that doesn't sound right. We're looking into it. No. The CEO of this company comes back and says, yeah, that's part of the DRM that we've implemented. And if you're a legitimate customer, you have nothing to worry about. But think back to the things that I just said 2 or 3 minutes ago about the things that you actually should be worrying about, even if you are a legitimate customer, right? That's a very short-sighted way of thinking and a very short-sighted way of approaching a problem. And it's incredibly reckless of a person to do something like that. So not only are you telling your customers to disable their security, you are knowingly putting a piece of compromised software on their machine, and you are attempting to steal personal information from somebody that may or may not actually be pirating your application. You shouldn't be doing any of that. You should not be doing any of that. You should not be doing any of that no matter the circumstances. I don't care if the pirate's legit. I don't care anything that you're saying. You should not be doing that. There's no reason to. There's no excuse. There's no apology. Nothing. You shouldn't be doing it. So that's what's happened. So that's the situation. Since then, they have stated, we found the information that we're looking for. We're using it to build a case against a guy, which, by the way, is going to get thrown out immediately anywhere in the court of law. And oh yeah, here's a new installer file. We've removed all that stuff. But don't worry, we're still your friend. However, if we're not your friend, we'll give you a refund. But everybody I've talked to that requested a refund has not gotten their refund. Everybody I've spoken to that has asked for a refund, they've said, no, we sold you the prepared version 3 version of the FS Labs A320, which didn't have our malicious intent DRM application in it, and we gave the version 4 update to you as a courtesy. And because of that, we're not going to give you a refund. So they've made a public-facing statement that says, we're very sorry, we're incredibly sorry, we're going to make this right by offering refunds, but then behind closed doors, they're not giving you shit. Okay? Everybody I've talked to, I've not talked to, so there's one person that's gotten a refund. It's one person that says they've gotten a refund that I've seen, right? You should not trust Flight Sim Labs. I'm going to stand here and I'm not talking to you as an X-Plane user. I'm not talking to you as somebody flying the FlightFactor A320, making jokes about test. None of that. You should not trust that company. That man, that CEO, has a history of doing crap like this, and you can bet that when Flight Sim Labs is dead, because that company is gone, guaranteed in the next 6 to 12 months after this scandal, it was picked up by every major tech blog out there. Like, somebody is going to say, some lawyer is going to sit back and say, you know what? I bet I can make a few bucks off this. So when Lefteris goes to a new company and tries to pull this same crap again, you better not buy from him because he'll do it again. You know, you can bet that when the Concorde version 3 comes out for prepared version 4, which they've announced, that he's going to pull this exact same crap because he has done it before and he'll just keep doing it again. So the crux of the whole thing, I've told you the story. I've told you sort of where I stand on all this stuff. I do not trust that company at all. I feel bad because I've read that some of the developers were unaware of some of the stuff that was going on, and that is most unfortunate, but that man has a history of doing stuff like that, and you need to do your research. You need to do your research before you go work anywhere, and understand that if they've pulled crap like that in the past, there's a good chance they'll do it again. The unfortunate thing beyond that is that the product is amazing. It's the best A320 simulation. It's better than this thing, okay? It's the best A320 simulation out there. It might be one of the best simulated products anywhere in flight sim. And the fact that they have just completely tarnished their name, their product, and everything, like everything, by doing this just absurd act of complete illegal stupidity. I've been sitting here the whole week talking to people like, I don't understand. I don't understand how you come to the conclusion that this is a good idea. I don't get it. So that's it. That's the story. That's my opinion. That's where I'm at on it. I don't usually like to sit here and rant and kind of talk about the super negative stuff like that, but I feel super strongly about the fact that you shouldn't be compromising your users' machines. You shouldn't inherently distrust anybody who is running your product, and most importantly, you shouldn't be implementing DRM that does this kind of stuff. Like, your DRM should be there to I have a lot of problems with DRM, but your DRM should first and foremost not be trying to steal and compromise and whatnot your users. So that's it. That's what I have. So I that's a very long rant. I apologize. Thank you all for sticking around and listening to it. That's sort of off the hook, my thoughts and feelings and whatnot. And it sucks. Like, it really, really sucks. It sucks for the people that bought the products, that like the products, that work on the products. It sucks for everybody else in Prepared, because every other developer is going to have to go through this whole spiel now. Every developer in Prepared, especially where the installer files are a thing, every developer in X-Plane is going to have to go through this scrutiny. Like, this is there's nothing about this that comes out as a positive. And anybody who is trying to spin this in a positive direction is an idiot. Piracy is not the problem. You know, piracy is going to happen. The pirates always win. Always win. The pirates will always win. I don't care how hard you try, they will always win. If you know the words FCKGWRHQQ2 and you know how to finish the rest of that, you know that the pirates will always win. So to do stuff like that, like you need to lock your stuff down better and find a way to serve your customers better. Maybe not charge $140 for your damn product. Like, you're pricing yourself out of the market, and there's no reason that's why people are going to pirate it. Somebody who's pirating it is not a lost sale. They are pirating it because they either like the challenge, they want to piss you off, or they can't afford it. And they probably can't afford it in most of these cases, because $140 is a lot of money, especially when you think about the number of people in the developing world that are using our simulators. Like, $90 for this thing, I would even say, is a lot of money, right? Blue Lives Matter 5. Thank you very much for the subscription, man. Cheers to you and welcome to Beer of the Month Club. And this URL not found is given a subscription over to Microsoft Gamer XD. Microsoft Gamer XD, welcome to the Beer of the Month Club, and thank you. This URL not found. Cheers. Mur8771, good to see you. Preach it, man, preach it. Yeah, I don't get to do these rants. I do not do these rants very often. So, I genuinely try to avoid these kinds of topics, but this one I think is just, I'm so passionate about it. I think it's so important that we talk about it, and that people at least understand a perspective from somebody who, I would like to think that I can sit here and speak to a lot of things. I've worked in the tech industry for over 10 years. I have a lot of experience in software. I have a lot of experience in, handling payment systems and secure systems and things like that. I'd like to think that I'm at least somewhat qualified to have this conversation with you. So if you think I'm full of crap, then that's totally fine. If you want to plaster this all over Reddit or anywhere else and you think I'm full of crap, that's fine. I don't care. I'm self-centered enough to know that I'm right and you're wrong. The real MG867, thank you very much for the bits, man. Cheers. Appreciate it. Can Lefteris go to prison? I don't think it's going to come to that. I don't think he's big enough for that to happen. Like, my gut feeling is that Flight Sim Labs probably gets chewed apart by the EU if it goes that far. Like, I have no idea what's going to come out of this. My personal opinion is that company should not be in business anymore. But I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a law person. It is what it is. Danish, good to see you, man. What have you heard about the tollless A319? Absolutely nothing. Haven't heard anything for a while. This you are not found. Thank you very much for gifting the sub to Flaps Up Gear Up. Flaps Up Gear Up, welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. Thank you, this you are not found, for the other sub, man. Cheers. Euphoric Rager, thank you very much for the bits, man. Cheers to you as well. Jeffrey Valentine, thank you for the bits. Cheers to you, buddy. He says wise words. I'm glad. I'm actually glad that you guys are sticking around and that we're having a good conversation out of this. The conversation is mostly me speaking. But yeah, I'm all like freaking amped up now, man. I want to go beat a punching bag or something. These topics get me, man. Like this is like right up my wheelhouse of things that just irk me to no end. The Rolling Stones even did an article. Oh, I didn't know that. That's crazy. N90 Flyer, welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. This you will not found. Thank you very much for gifting a subscription to N90 Flyer. Cheers to you. Welcome aboard. It's good to see you, buddy. What have I heard about the Ultimate 737? You know what? A lot of people have talked about the Ultimate 737, and I don't really know anything about it. My understanding is that it's a graphical and sound update, I think, for the default 737 that is building on some of the things that maybe Zebo isn't doing. But I honestly have no idea what's going on with that add-on, or even what it is. When there's something out and there's something to look at, then I'll take a peek at it. But I haven't dug into it too much beyond that. Serious Gamer, good to see you, man. I refunded my FS Labs. They're probably going to get so many refunds. Well, if they're going to give them out, man, like they have it, like a lot of people they're denying refunds to. Letheris developers will always be known for working for that guy and following them. Yeah, and it's unfortunate. You know, if they entered into that contract in a naive fashion, then it's unfortunate for them because they didn't know better. But at the same time, for everybody else, it needs to be a learning lesson. You have to before you accept money from anybody, before you enter a contract with anybody, you have to know what you're getting yourself into. You have to do your research. And in a small company like that, you got to look the guy who's in charge up. I work for a very, very small company. There's 12 people in my office, and you bet your ass that I spent a significant amount of time looking the owner of that company up on all means I could find because I wanted to make sure that he was a reputable person. Mur8771, welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. Thank you very much for your support. Cheers. Do appreciate it. 737 Ultimate adds the 700 and the 900 ER variants, internal cabin, scimitar winglets, and a HUD. Oh, nice, dude. Consumer rights laws in the UK that would not stand for this. Oh yeah, it's in the EU as well. I mean, that's what I was saying at the beginning of my rant, that the EU has extraordinarily strict and consumer-friendly laws when it comes to handling personal data. And you simply can't do what they wanted to do, or what they did. Like, you're not supposed to do that. Anish Janice, thank you very much for the tip, man. Sorry to get you back on an Airbus flight simulation. What have you heard about the TOLUS A319 and how does it stand against the FlightFactor A320? I really haven't heard anything about it, to be honest. I've seen some videos that have been put out there, and it looks interesting. Like, it looks okay. But Anish Janishman, I haven't seen the plane. I don't have the plane. I haven't really seen a lot on the forums and whatnot. But I'll caveat that all by saying, like, I don't do a lot of pre-release following of airplanes, right? I don't keep an eye on what's coming up. I tend to focus more on what we have right now. So when the TOLUS A319 gets to a point to where it's ready to go, then I'll take a look at it. Or if I happen to get an early access copy or a beta copy or whatever, then I will most absolutely take a look at it. But I don't know anything about it right now. I know as much as you do at this point. Kevin Morris... let me have you post that link here. Air Fubar, thank you very much for the bits, man. He says, righteous rant. It's good to hear. Permit. Kevin Morris. 41. Did that not work? Does it allow? How do I make Nightbot do a thing? Allow? Oh, crap. I don't know. The links are... I had to turn the link thing on because too many people coming in here posting like virus links and whatnot. Too many bots doing that crap. So I'm sorry, man. Mur8771, thank you very much for the tip, man. Everyone, please listen to Kat doing research and see he's right about this. He knows what he's saying. Thank you very much, man. I'm super... Like, I'm legitimately humbled. Like... I'm humbled by the fact that anybody will sit here on a Friday night and listen to me talk about, you know, this kind of nonsense, and the fact that people are sticking around and listening to me talk about something that is like a legitimate problem. I'm really just, I can't thank you guys enough. And Mur, thank you very much for the tip, man. I do appreciate it. Okay, Kevin Morris, I'm so sorry, dude. You got timed out doing that. Nightbot didn't let you. I hate Nightbot. All right, you know what? We're going to do this. Nightbot. This is Kevin's link. And how do I...
Reach on.
Ban.
Reach on.
Kevin Morris 41. Okay, Kevin Morris, you're good to go now, man. I turn Nightbot off for now. if the link guys come in here later, then we'll deal with it. Tech Claw, it's good to see you, buddy. Happy Friday. May I send you Bitcoin? I don't want Bitcoin, dude. if you want to do anything with Bitcoin, then save it and hope it's worth more money. Wife Aggro, welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. This year all not found. Thank you very much for gifting a sub to Wife Aggro. Cheers and welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. I already said that again. Max says, great seeing you this week. Let's keep the charm going at all FBOs. Dude, yeah, we're gonna you and I are gonna hit every FBO in New England, okay? And we're gonna get a free car every place we go to in this damn area. Max, thank you so much for the bits, man. Cheers. And just DMZ your IP, scream DDoS, you'll be fine. Yeah, right? Did it say retard? It did. Green Jacket, welcome aboard. The retard call that you're hearing, it's actually a legitimate Airbus call that happens when you get down low to the ground to tell you to pull your throttles back. And when you hear it here on the stream, it means that somebody's subscribed. Somebody's basically, pitched in $5 and said, "All right, I'm gonna support this guy for better or worse." Yeah, Nightbot, your powers are useless now. You can't do anything. I hate Nightbot, I really do. Tonight's beer is a Cabernet Sauvignon, vintage 2016. It is a red wine that my wife and I made back in 2016. And I decided to do wine tonight instead of beer, just to kind of change it up a bit. If you're just joining in, we are in the FlightFactor A320. We took off out of Fort Wayne, Indiana tonight. We're heading up to LaGuardia. LaGuardia is showing absolute garbage weather this evening. So I'm pretty excited. Oh crap, did I miss my top? I missed top. Oh no, we're at top drop right now. Crap. Okay. Let's punch in 2,000 feet here. Let's go manage descent for 10,000 feet. All right. Let's do some flighting real quick. Plate. Add plate. All that ranting now. My voice is, my throat is definitely sore. This URL not found gets it a sub to Nightbot. Nightbot, welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. This URL not found, man. Thank you so much, dude. Cheers. I bought the ICG last year due to exchange rates. It cost me 100 Aussie. Yeah, I know, dude. Like, these add-ons are so expensive, and I have to wonder if they wouldn't make more money in some cases if they priced them cheaper. Like, I would like to think that they should be able to make the cash and price them cheaper, but I honestly just don't know. Okay, we're gonna need some speed brakes here. So we want to get the speed's got to come back into the magenta. I don't know why it's gonna go that slow for the whatever, dude. And then we're waiting for that magenta dot there to catch up to us to tell us that we're actually on path. So once that happens, then we'll bring the speed brakes back in, or the spoilers back in. I got all sidetracked there and totally missed my top at descent. Okay, so I need to bring in the MIP-4 arrival. I think it's the Milton 4. Okay, Aussie Benny H. Hey, Aussie Benny H. Good to see you, man. Here for 13 months. Ben, it's very, very, very good to see you, dude. 13 months, nice glass of Cab Sav, as the Aussies call it, to celebrate. Happy anniversary. Keep the good work. Cheers, my friend. Thank you very much for your continued support. And Pilot Meister, welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. Care of Euphoric Rager. Thank you very much, Euphoric Rager. And cheers, Pilot Meister. Welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. Okay, that beep tells me speed brakes are still out. Okay. All right, I guess we'll put those in. Anish Danish says, since Tolis was formerly QPAC, does that mean the FF350 and RW Designs 330 will get SIDS and stars in a recent stream? I saw Tolis has 319 has full SID star support, air and VNAV functionality. I'm landing at the new KLGA airport. So I'm landing at the old KLGA. I didn't have time to pick up the new one today. We'll do that next time. As far as the updates to the 350 and 330, I've heard rumors that that's going to potentially come, but I don't know for certain if that's actually going to be the case. So I do not know for certain if we're actually gonna if they're gonna actually update that. Why is my iPad not charging? That's a problem. go find a new cable once I get after this flight. All right, well, for now, let's there, it's charging. Okay. Okay, so we're coming in from Phillipsburg. We're currently flying towards MIP. MIP is right here. And we don't have any altitude restrictions because we're not dealing with an RNAV SID here. There's no expecs or anything. Great. Oh, beauty. Beauty at 10. So let's put 10,000 at beauty in there and see if that what that gives us. So we got a flight plan. So yeah, we're just flying this SID in. There's nothing to it. And we're flying on RNAV too, so piece of cake. But let's do beauty. Oh, it's got beauty at 10,000. Okay. So we should hit beauty at 10,000 feet, which is what I have plugged into my FMC right now. Or my MCDU, I should say. So we're doing okay. Down we go. Great. It wants destination data, so let's get some weather information in there. Winds are 200 at 4-mile visibility, mist, broken 600, overcast 1100, 5 Celsius, altimeter 3027. So let's do init. Oh. Perf. And we'll go to next phase, approach. Okay, so QNH, we're looking at 3027, 30.27. And the temperature is 5. The winds are 200 at 4. 200 at 4. Transition is going to be 18,000 feet. We need more drag. Okay. I gave you drag earlier and you got pissed at me. I don't know why it wants more drag. It just spooled the engines up, so I think we're okay. Okay. So let's also then brief the... Let me see if there's a ATIS. No, controllers are gone. Controllers are all gone. Great. Okay. Well, we're gonna plan for... I don't know. I want to plan for only 1-3, because that's what I programmed. That's what we're gonna brief. So let's get the ILS 1-3 up here. LGA, IAP, ILS 1-3. KLS 1-3, we're going to be tuning into 108.5. Approach course is 134. 7,000 feet of runway. Touchdown zone elevation is 12 feet. LaGuardia Tower is 118.7. Grounds 121.7. Don't care about either one of those. We're going to be flying the Cat 1. I don't know. Flying down to ILS 0, ILS 1-3. The minimums are going to be 200 feet AGL. In the midst of an event approach, in the event of a missed approach, we're going to make a left turn. See, we're going to climb to 800 feet, left turn to 2,000 feet to intercept the LGA 043 radial. Take that to the Greco intersection and hold at Greco on the 223 outbound from LaGuardia. Cool. All right, that's easy enough. Oh, I didn't show that. Well, whatever. You guys know how to do this. 200 feet on the decision height. Good there, full config. All right, so that's good to go. We have no controller tonight. It's kind of a bummer. Gargoyle, good to see you, man. Where are you flying? Oh, yeah, we're flying into New York right now, so we're heading into LaGuardia. Oh. Now the plane is rushing down to get on the VNAV path. I was so busy ranting that I missed my top of drop. So we're coming down with the we're coming down full spoilers here. Down the chute we go. Has anybody heard of any Zebo type mod for the MD-82? I don't think so. But I don't know. I haven't really followed any of that stuff. The Rotate MD-80 is a wonderful airplane, by the way. If you don't want to spend the money on this thing, like the Rotate MD-80 would be my second suggestion of planes to buy. And that and the FlyJSim 732, but Yeah, the rotate MD-80 is fantastic. Cabin tour. Yeah, we can do cabin tour. Yeah. So we got do a cabin tour here while New York is loading. Scenery is loading in. Frame rate's going to tank here for a second. Open. Just go through it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the cabin's not bad. I don't have anything good, bad, and different to say. It's fine. Does cabin things, I guess. I don't know. Bathroom's not modeled. We checked that before. Yeah, we're at the point now where all the New York stuff is loading in, so it's just it's just loading in objects and scenery and whatever else. There we go. Doors don't work on the lav there. Turn around. Let's look all the way to the front here. It's a good looking plane. It's perfectly acceptable. Oh hey, you can go out back here. There you go. Somebody doesn't know if you could get outside. You can get out back here. Can you get back in? Yeah, you can. Oh, you can't get all the way out. Never mind. You can kind of get out. That's the airplane. It's a cool plane, I guess. It's all right. Let's turn seatbelt signs on. Bring our lights out. Whoops. Bring our lights out. And we'll keep struggling to capture our vertical path here. Because your captain's a moron.
Retard.
JD or JDOS 850. Thank you very much for 8 months of support, man. Cheers. JDOS 850, did you have another name before? I don't recognize you. What is the news on the CRJ for X-Plane? I have no idea. I have not heard anything about the new version of the CRJ other than it's being worked on. Pitch does look a little tight back there, yep. I have no idea, man. I'm sorry. LaGuardia is bad. Oh, I know, dude. I know. LaGuardia is terrible. That's why we're going there tonight, man. McShiggity Pilot's good to see you, dude. Hope you're doing well. Happy Friday. Been trying to figure out how do you do a managed descent in the Airbus. So to do the managed descent before your top of drop, not after it like me. Before your top of drop, you would dial in the altitude that you're going down to. So if you've been cleared to 24,000, you put 24,000 feet in there, or you put the bottom of the arrival, and then you want to push this altitude knob in. So with the knobs, think of managed mode as going, if you push in, you're giving the plane control. If you pull out, you're taking control, right? So if you push in on the altitude knob, you're going to go into a managed descent mode. And you'll see that here with the green descent. If I pulled out, it would go into open descent, where it's just going to throttle to idle and try to descend at a specific speed. If I go in, it'll go managed descent. So that's how that works. And if you start descending prior to actually crossing your top of drop, the plane will descend at 1,000 feet per minute until it intercepts the vertical path, and then it'll knock them out there. I actually think that I think the VNAV might be broken right now, if I could be honest. Like, we're 40 miles from Beauty, and we're gonna have no problem getting down there. I don't actually think we need these speed brakes out. What is it trying to do? Oh, I'm not giving you more drag. Oh, it's almost caught it. Never mind. It's close. It's trying to do Billy at 14. Like, it wants to do Vibes at 12,400 feet here.
Retard.
I see what it's doing. Okay, we'll give it more drag and let it catch up. McShady Pilot here for 9 months. Happy Twitch, baby. Thanks for the Airbus lesson. Time to fly down south to KOWD anytime soon. Very soon, man. Very soon. You guys are short. You guys are on my short list down there. To go down there and say hi. I'll shoot you an email when I do. It'll probably be a couple of weeks though, at least. I've got most of my flying for the next few weeks booked up. Pretty good. Ready to set the barrel. Yeah, I was looking that up, wasn't I? I got distracted. Altimeter is 3027. 30, so push that in. Oops, push that in. 3027. Just keep on lawn darting it here. Okay, so let's see. Let's take a look at the ILS chart. The approach plate. So the approach plate's having us come in from Pamey at 2,800 feet. So I'm just gonna go ahead. Once I cross Beauty at 10,000, I'm gonna open descend it down to 5 or so until we get in close to Pamey. All right, so there we just intercepted our vertical path. So we'll take the speed brakes in and off. No, the spoilers in and off. And we're good to go. KPWM duck fat tonight? That's right, Max. That's the plan. Fly to Portland. We're taking all of our passengers to duck fat tonight. Rob, welcome aboard, man. Learning to fly VOR this weekend is this weekend's goal. Any suggestions on states to practice in? It doesn't really matter where you practice, to be honest. If you want to do some good VOR flying, head down to SoCal and fly go fly the tech routes. So if you go to myflightroute.com, you can look up the tech routes, and the techs, like the VOR density is pretty good down in SoCal, and flying like a bunch of crossing radials and kind of things like that, like that's going to be a good challenge for you. I would say if you can fly the oh man, what is the Burbank departure? I'm gonna find you a departure here. If you want a goal for what you should fly. Yeah. So if you can fly the Van Nuys 3 departure out of Burbank, then you are probably okay. So this departure is probably one of the most difficult ones to fly out of Burbank because there's so much going on, right? So take your 213 heading coming off the runways, fly to Van Nuys, fly direct to the Van Nuys VOR, and then see if you can go Van Nuys, Apaiho, Twine, Lange, Slap, Bogut. Like, see if you can fly this all the way to Daggett, from Van Nuys to Daggett. If you can do that by the end of the weekend, you're in pretty good shape for VOR flying. But I would recommend SoCal. SoCal is really good for learning how to do that stuff. You know, go look at the I ratings and whatnot on Pilot Edge and kind of use that as your guide.
Retard.
Maverick 159, welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. Maverick, thank you very much for your support. Cheers to you, my friend. I hope you're doing well. And Rob, it's good to see you, man. Happy Friday. 9T-Bone, welcome aboard. Happy Friday. DJ Brett Adams, happy Friday and welcome aboard. Q Mulan, welcome aboard. Why are you so low? I don't know. The VNav wanted me this low. The charts say you should expect 10,000 feet crossing Beauty. So we're going to be 10,000 feet crossing Beauty. We're coming into New York. I mean, we're not that far away. Did I program 4 or did I program... Yeah, I programmed 1.3, okay. Interesting. This is going to put me on 4. This is going to put me in the wrong place. So let's do this. Let's grab you. And... there's no approach controllers on or anything like... Okay, there's no approach controllers, nothing to worry about there. So we're going to grab you, we're going to go plates, and we're going to go direct to... Pamey. Yeah, we're going to go direct to Pamey. So grab you, go direct, and Pamey. We're gonna fly direct to the approach now, because this arrival was taking us south of the city. And we're looking to cross Pamey at 2,800 feet. So what's the in VNav we trust. We don't have a VNav anymore, do we? Oh no, we do. We're just high. So we're flying this now direct to the Pamey intersection, which will put us on the ILS approach. This arrival was taking me into the south of the city, and I think that was probably incorrect. And because there's no approach controllers online, we can do whatever the hell we want. VATSIM. Do you pre-program the star arrival in the real world or wait till you talk to an approach controller? You would probably pre-program your star Your arrival, I don't know. You'd have to, an airline pilot would have to tell us. That. There's always one idiot. Typical VATSIM, he says. Delta 1624, super salty. Yeah, no ATC, go direct, right? We gotta put ourselves on an approach because the ceilings are pretty low. When there's a dot on the display, it means manage mode. Yes. So if I were to pull this out and go open descent, the dot goes away. If I push that in, it goes back. If I pull the speed out, I go manage mode. I'm unmanaged at 250, and there's no dot. I push it in, I'm now managed at 250. Same thing with the heading. I pull it out, I push it in. So dot means you're in managed mode. Once we get closer here for the approach and whatnot too, we'll kind of walk through all of that. So Pamey is 9.1 miles from the airport. A little further than I would like to be, but that's okay. As we're about 5 miles or so from Pamey, we'll probably go to approach mode and get our speed and whatnot down. On 4-flight, I'm gonna go procedure. Let's see here. Let's do procedure, approach. We're gonna plan for the ILS 13. We could go do the ILS 22 if we wanted to, but I'm gonna do the ILS 13. From where the hell's Steed at? No. Add route. And then we will go Pamey, U, direct. So that gets 4-flight now, direct to the Pamey intersection. So we got 40 miles. Man, they get us low pretty good, pretty low, didn't they? We got 40 miles though till we get to Pamey. 10 minutes. 10 minutes still on the ground. Time's gonna fly, trust me. You would pre-program the arrival on routing you expect ATC to give you so that you get an accurate ETA and fuel figures in McD. Yep, that makes sense. JDOS 850, good to see it. Bonanza 36 pilot, welcome aboard. Shaggy 4989, happy Friday. Looking for something that will last. One of the best. Okay. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Shaggy. You're probably not talking to me, are you? How does the rotate MD-80 hit frames? The rotate MD-80 is fine unless you have a low VRAM situation. If you've got a low VRAM card, then you're gonna want to load the 2K textures and whatnot. But the MD-80 runs beautifully, in my opinion. And somebody was asking earlier. So right now in the A320, I'm running. Let's do that. So in the A320 right now, I'm running about 30 to 35 frames per second, coming into the New York area. And we've definitely were higher earlier. We're probably in the 40s to 50s earlier in the cruise. And we're going to see those frames come down too as we get closer to New York, but it shouldn't be too bad. Like this plane is surprisingly good on frames. LGA doesn't use 1.3 much because the city is right under you on the landing. Perfect. That's exactly why we're going to use it then, because it's going to be beautiful, hopefully. 8K12, welcome aboard. Happy Friday. We're flying, man. We're flying into New York right now. Bacon Legend, welcome aboard. Is the FlightFactor 767 any good? I haven't used it for a while. I don't know how well it's... I'm assuming they've updated it for X-Plane 11, but I don't know to what extent they have. What's a good cheap flight yoke recommendation? Don't buy a cheap flight yoke. If you need to save some money, get a flight stick like the T16000M by Thrustmaster, but I would not invest in a cheap yoke. Test.exe indeed. If you're just tuning in, you missed my rant earlier. I went on a nice, we had a nice 15-minute or so chat in the cruise, where I gave my opinions on the whole matter and sort of explained, from my perspective, how screwed up that whole situation is. I do have the D-Den, or no, I have the Drzewecki, New York City. I don't have the new one though. I don't have the new scenery that they just came out with, but I do have Drzewecki scenery. The CRJ that's in the works is a CRJ 200. It's being produced by Jay Roland. And there's also, I think, a CRJ like 900 maybe that's being worked on by SSG, if I recall. I need to VOD the rant. Yeah, it'll be here on Twitch. It'll also be up on YouTube on Sunday morning, as usual. Do a setup tour on YouTube. Yeah, it's on my list, man. I just haven't had time to. Maybe I can record it this weekend if I've got some time. My room is actually kind of clean right now, so it'd be a good reason to use my new camera. Okay. So we're descending now. We're just descending into the LaGuardia area. I got a guy 2,400 feet below me, see what he ends up doing. But we're heading towards the ILS for runway 13, which is not used very often, but we're going to use it today because we can. Because it's VATSIM and I don't care. And yeah, should be good. Should be good. Speed's coming up a bit though, so let's pull some speed brake out here. Because we're below 10,000 feet, so we shouldn't be more than 250 knots. And I'm gonna go ahead and go now to manual mode, so unmanaged mode on the heading. I'm gonna start vectoring myself towards Pamey. We'll make a CTAF call here to KLGA. How far are we from Pamey? 18. So we are 3 minutes from Pamey. And I'm sure somebody's going to yell at me, you don't use runway 13 going into LaGuardia. I don't care. I actually don't care. There's a plane up here somewhere. Is that him? No, that's a speck on my monitor. It's a plane somewhere. Speed brake. I know the speed brake's out. I guess we can put it back in now, right? Okay, 15 miles out from Pamey. So we're going to come down here to the FMC. We're going to go to the perf page. We're going to go activate approach phase. Confirm that. What that's going to do is it's going to drop the speed back. I'm going to say he's on my stream. So we got more like scenery and stuff loading in, so it's going to be a little choppy here for a second. I want to get the vertical speed down. Bring the nose up a touch here. And we can start slowing her down. So what's going to happen when you put it into approach phase and you're in managed speed mode, it's going to bring the speed back to green dot speed, which I believe is best rate of climb on single, or is like a single engine rate of climb, if I recall. Casual Gamer 907, welcome aboard. TBOH, welcome aboard. It's good to see you guys. Happy Friday. So there's your green dot. So the plane's going to bring itself back to that speed, and it'll stay at that speed then until I put one notch of flaps in. And as we get closer to Pamey, I'll put my flaps in. Okay, that guy's apparently going to give me some space. Start turning towards Pamey. Let's go localizer on. So it'll give me localizer dots here. We get in a little closer. Normally we'd have ATC vectoring us and kind of all that stuff, but we don't have it today. Because VATSIM. D. Miller, good to see you, man. I have to check the VOD for the rant. I was wondering if the issue is just the tip of the iceberg. I don't know, man. I think there's going to be a lot of stuff come out. And I don't think a lot of it's going to be good. I'm going to go one notch of flaps here because I can. Start getting some drag out. I need to get low and I need to get slower. Localizers come alive. Do not have a glide slope, but I do have the localizer. So with one notch of flaps out, it's going to bring us down to the S speed. And it'll stay there until we go 2 notches of flaps. 500 to go. Go ahead and arm the localizer. So we're in heading mode. Localizer's armed. We'll start seeing that pink diamond come in here in a second. At least we should. Let's get closer to that. That line right there is sort of what we're looking at. Okay, we got a pink diamond up here. So we've got the glide slope as well. So we'll stay at 2,800 feet. Once we're on the localizer, we'll arm the approach mode. Okay, speed brake can come off now. I'm not confident that we're going to see the movement that we're expecting. Okay, no, they're intercepted. It's on the localizer. Interesting that the diamond didn't, there it goes. There it's moving. All right, that makes sense. Okay, so we're on the localizer now, so we'll activate approach mode. As we start to cross one diamond there, we're going to go ahead and go flaps 2. So as flap 2 comes out, now the speed's going to come back even further yet. It'll bring it down to the green F here. And we have approach mode. Okay, so now we're on the glide slope, so we'll go ahead and put our our climb altitude for the missed approach, which is 2,000 feet. So in the event of a missed approach, we're going to go to 2. We'll start descending. Once we get the 2,500 call out, we'll put the gear down. I probably didn't need to go flaps 2 right there, but I figured I would do it anyway. What does STD mean? Standard. STD, if it's showing STD in your QNH, it means that you're on standard altimeter, which is 29902 if you're in the US or 1013 if you're in Europe. KLGA, ILS 138 out. Okay, let's go gear down. Once we've got gear down 3 green, we'll go flaps full. One, 2, 3. Flaps full. Overhead panel, check our lights. Seatbelt signs are on. Overhead panel's good. Flaps are coming out. Flaps are now out full. Gears down 3 green. Flaps are out. Armed with spoilers. We'll go auto brake to medium. Brake fan on. Before landing checklist complete. Actually, we'll do lights too. So as we've gotten into New York now, the frames are now right around 27 to 30. So we are on the ILS 13 coming into LaGuardia. New York City will be a distant memory here in just a moment. We're flying over Manhattan at the moment. Of course, there's nothing to be seen. It's down there somewhere. As soon as I have visual on the runway, I will take over both the autopilot and the throttles. Gear, flaps, speed brakes, spoilers, whatever. Auto brake, good. This is my favorite part. The anticipation of the breakout. 1,000's cross-checked. Oh, man. Guys. 500 to go.
Approaching 3, 1.
Broke out. There it is. Visual. Autopilot off. Auto throttle off my airplane.
500. 400.
On VREF, stable-ish. 2 white, 2 red. Little left to center.
100 above, 300.
Continue, visual, landing, whatever. Good enough.
Minimum 200. $100. 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. 5.
Whoa! Okay, rushes out, explores out, decel. Manual braking. Rushers can go in. Explores this arm, flaps up. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to LaGuardia. Set the lights. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. Hit the start button on the APU. Just, that looks like it's Delta. I have no idea where American parks here. Don't really care. Does American even go to LaGuardia? Don't care about that either. Stuck it, man. Stuck it. I don't do soft landings. Arm the second autopilot. If I was gonna do a Cat 3 landing, I would have armed the second autopilot, but there was no reason to for a Cat 1. Cat 2 or whatever it was what we're doing. Okay, APU's on. Bring the APU bleed. Just park over here at this gate. Nightbot, you have no power here. Ha ha ha. I was on manual thrust. Flight director, I'll leave the flight director on just because it helps guide me in. I'm not exactly looking at the flight director at that point. I'm pretty much just looking at the runway. But yeah, I was on manual thrust for that. So this is not the new Drzwecki scenery. This is the old one. Okay, park brake set. Bleed is on. Let's go seatbelt signs off. Bring the beacon off. Overhead's good. Yeah, I'm gonna do a replay of that one. I don't want to do a replay because I have to reload the plane. I don't want to do that. That was cool though. That was a good flight. That was really fun. We're gonna head up to Portland, Maine next. If you're on VATSIM, you can come join us. Here at LaGuardia. I'll have a flight plan and all that stuff posted in a moment. Sir, you are not allowed to manually fly an Airbus. It's the law. Nice to see company was doing the right thing. Hey man, I got the runway at 500 feet. I was well above minimums. We're lawless here. That's a good shot. Look at that. New York in the background. All right, guys. Here's what's going to happen. I need to go stretch and use the little boys' room. Probably refill my wine up. Say hi to my wife. So we'll take a little break here. To everybody who stopped in tonight, if you're sticking around, we will see you soon. If you're taking off, thank you so much for joining me and have a great night. And to all the new people that are here tonight, I think there's a bunch of new people here. It's been awesome to have you. I really do appreciate you guys sticking around for my rant. And yeah, we'll be back. I landed touchdown zone, which is fine. I landed twice too, which is also good. You got 2 for the price of 1. That's how we roll here at American. We want to make sure you're not disappointed and get your money's worth out of it. Anyway, I got to use the potty. So we'll be back here in just a few minutes, guys, and we'll see you soon. Stand by. There we go. All right, right back. Ah. Sweet, sweet relief. Yeah, we're doing another flight. I caught her right before she's leaving, too. She's gonna go get, I guess, seltzer water's on sale. So she's gonna go to the store and pick up seltzer water tonight. What am I looking for here? Bring you up. I'm gonna go sim brief the crap out of this flight. Let's do new flight. Dispatch. Create new flight. And we're gonna be American 717 yet again. We're gonna be KLGA, KPWM. Let's make that kilos. A320. We'll take off 1-3. So we're not going to take off to the south. We're not taking off to the south. Not going to happen. We'll take a look at, let's see, close the Van Nuys arrival. We don't need that. Departure. Let's go KLGA, KPWM. I'm super stoked about this flight, man. Looking at absolutely nothing on the way up here. Portland. We could fly to Boston instead if we wanted to, but I already said Portland, so we'll go to Portland. Portland's reporting winds 190 at Niner. Makes that easy, I think. We can fly the RNAV-18 if we have to. So we'll plan for runway 18. Should we probably get 11 in the real world, would be my guess. We'll plan for runway 11. That's almost certainly what we'd end up with. 908-degree difference. Yeah, we'll take 11. We can fly a little bit. We can fly an 8-knot crosswind. I think we can handle that. So 11. Yes. Yeah, that gets us an arrival too. Boom, 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 boom. Analyze. Valid. Takes us all the way up here. Yep. Okay. So you basically, like, it avoids the Boston airspace completely. This is actually really cool. Seeing planes come do this all the time. Or seeing planes come do this is kind of neat. Okay. So then we go to generative P. Hit yes. Well, thank you, Miles. What's the route up the PWM? Here it is. Grecky, Judd's, Cam, Sea Dog 3. Hit the clip button on that if you need to see it. And I'm going to go to 3. I don't think we go to 350, but we'll go to 3. We'll plan for 350. See if we can get up that high. Okay, so with that, we'll go pre-file. Go to the VATSIM pre-file. Let me grab my VATSIM username and password because it's the Stone Age and everything's a number. Do you? 717. Do. Okay, it's all good. Let's file that. And ladies and gentlemen, Boston's overrated, I know, right? Oh, we do New York to Boston all the time, man. Like, I want to do something different tonight. So Portland seemed like a pretty good idea. Should be fun. Got kissed on the cheek by a beautiful Spanish woman in front of her husband twice. So there you go, Kyokin, man. I am not going to say anything at all. There's a lot of stuff I could say, but I'm not going to. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Kyokin is sitting in a bar watching us play flight simulators tonight, getting kissed by Spanish women. Sounds like you're doing all right, buddy. Think you're doing okay. Oh, man. KJ Conlon, welcome aboard. Bangor, we could go to Bangor sometime as well, yeah. KJ Conlon, good to see you, man. E. Douglas, welcome aboard. Bloody Stub, welcome aboard. Good to see you guys. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for sticking around. Flight number 2, we're going to head LaGuardia up to Portland, Maine. Portland, Maine I flew up to in the real world on Wednesday, and it was very fun, so I decided to fly up there tonight. Turn that off. And yeah, we're flying the FlightFactor A320. Very excited. I love this plane so much. I really do. And I don't have much else to say, so let's just turn some sounds up here. And we'll get her fired up. First thing we're going to do is people and gas. So here's where I'm pulling everything from SimBrief. I pull the block fuel from here, so 6.3 kilos. So let's go fuel truck on. We actually need to defuel to get ourselves down to 6.3 because we carried a lot of extra gas apparently. So I think we had a good tailwind too. 6.3 set. Take the fuel truck away. Keep on scrolling down. So once you get into the actual paperwork here, when you get to the weights section, you'll see packs. So it's 120 passengers that we're going to be carrying with us tonight, assuming it fits 120. So we'll go to packs, we'll say we're at a gate, and we'll call the truck. We'll call the gate, I should say. And we'll set our passenger count to 120. 120 is right there. And we'll set that. All right, remove that. Go to cargo. I'm going to call the cargo trucks. So to do the cargo, what I do is I look at the zero fuel weight. So the zero fuel weight that SimBrief has for us is 56.3. These are in kilos, by the way. So it's 56.3 tons. So we're going to go to perf data. We're going to look at the zero fuel weight over here. Okay, so right now we're at 55,900 pounds zero fuel weight. To go from 55.9 to 56.3, you need to add 0.4. So we go back to service. On the cargo section, we have 4,600 kilos right now. We need to add 0.4 kilos to this, right? Or 0.4, 1,000 kilos. So we would take 400 kilos is what we're looking for. So we take the 4,600, we add 400 to it, we get 5,000. We hit set. We go back to perf data, and we'll see 56.3 on the money. So that's how we do all the perf stuff. I've had people ask me where I get my numbers and whatnot from. So this is from SimBrief, and it just makes it easier that way. So take you away. Fuel, passengers, all that stuff is good. All right, so then we're going to come down to the FMC, McDo, whatever you're calling it. Go to init. We're going to go KLGA /KPWM M. Pop that right there. We're already aligned. We're already good to go. Don't have to worry about that. The flight cruise level, the flight level is going to be 350. And if we go to SimBrief, and we scroll down, and we scroll this one all the way up, we see the cost index here, cruise sys CI 15. So cost index of 15. Good. Next up, we're going to configure the flight plan. So we go to flight plan, we click on LaGuardia, we click on departure, runway 13. We're going to fly, I need to figure out which transition. So in the real world, you would get assigned this LaGuardia departure, right? So first of all, let's do this, and we'll do KLGA, and then we'll put the route in here. Grecki, Juds, Juds, Cam, and KPWM. Okay, so for them, if we go to plates, and we'll get rid of that one and that one because we don't need that anymore. Hit done, hit add. So in the real world, what they would do is they would assign you the LaGuardia 5, and then they would give you a climb out of here, right? My battery's gonna toast itself here in a second. I'm gonna end up just shutting this thing off here once we get going. So coming off of 1-3, they would give you most likely the Flushing climb, right? So these different climbs take you to different locations. So if you were going to the north, you take the Flushing climb. If you were going to the south and then cranking around, you would take the Whitestone climb. If you were going to the south and you were going to the west, you would take the Maspeth climb. If you're going to the south and you were going here, you take the Coney climb. So we're going to take the Flushing climb. That's that one right there. So we'll brief that in a moment. Actually, going to turn the iPad off now because the batteries. I gotta get a new charger up here. It's a problem I've known about. All right, temporary flight plan. Insert that. And then from there, we're gonna go to Grecki. Greki. After Grecki comes Juds. Judds. And after Judge comes Cambridge. CAM. Boom. Insert. And we'll scroll down some more. We'll click on KPWM. We're going to pick our arrival. We're coming for the ILS 11. We're going to come in on the Seadog 3 from Cambridge. And we'll check the approach vias. So I want to check out this star and see where it ends. Or the star, yeah, the arrival, see where it ends. So the Seadog to arrival. It ends on Buxto. The other one would be if you're landing the other direction. So this one ends on Buxto. So then if I pull up the ILS runway 11, it's probably going to have a Buxto transition. Right there. Right? The initial approach fix is Buxto. So we're going to plan for Buxto. Actually, we don't have to put a transition in because it's already going to do that. Great. So no VIA. We'll put that in temporary flight plan. We'll insert that. We'll now look for discontinuities. Okay. Juds, Cam, Seadog, KC, RR, Buxto's right there. And then down you go. So we have a full performance plan in place here. Seadog at 11,000 feet. And then when we hit Buxto, 2,300 feet, and then we're on the approach. So the plane should, the VNAV should theoretically give us that whole thing. All right. So that's the LNAV. That's the RNAV. Whatever. That's the lateral navigation. Whatever. We're gonna go to init. We're gonna hit this button here. Go next. We're gonna hit the weights hit request. It'll fill in 56.3. It'll fill in 6.4 for us. And it'll tell us we have an extra 2 hours of fuel, because that's enough to get us to Boston, and then have time to hold and then have the required reserves. So we do that. We go to the perf. We'll click on this guy. We'll click on this guy. So our V rotate is 133. Our V1 is 133. Our V2 is 137. Transition altitude is 18,000 feet. Thrust reduction to 1520. We'll leave that as is. We will then come back over to the perf data. We'll look at the trim position. The trim is up 1.0. Okay. So we come back down here. We're going to go flaps. We're taking off flaps 1/UP 1.0 right there. And we'll flex it to 45 because that's what we always do. Derate that sucker. Do you ever use Project Fly for your flights? I do not. I've tried to use it. It's not really what I'm looking for in anything. I don't want to have to go to a website and set up my flight and then book my flight and pick an airplane and do like I just Project Fly I don't think is offering me anything that I'm looking for out of my simming experience at the moment. It's a cool thing. Like it's a great thing that he's doing, and there's a lot of people that use it and really do enjoy it, but not for me. Kevin G14 says, does the browser on the iPad work? Yes, it does. We can pull our charts up over there if we wanted to. Okay, that's our perf data there. Now is the point where we would figure out what altitude we're going to go up to. We haven't been given an altitude, so we'll just punch in, I don't know, 18,000 feet for now. Actually, we'll just go all the way to that cruise altitude. If we were flying on a network that had controllers, they would tell us what we're cleared up to, which here would be like 5,000 feet or whatever. And then we'd go to, go from there. So, but we're not doing any of that. We're going to go 35,000 feet. Brick paint come off too while we're at it. Pop over here. I want to set the transponder. Clear. We'll set that to 2,000. Just reset that. On. All. TARA. Good. So you can set your threats. So immediate threats will show up on TCAS. All targets show up on TCAS. Targets above you or targets below you. We're going to go for all. Because I like to see traffic on TCAS, man. Okay, so let's do a quick approach or quick departure briefing here. The iPad is the rested soul. The iPad battery is charging right now, so we're going to use SkyVector here. So LaGuardia, the LaGuardia 5 departure on the Flushing climb says follow the RNAV. Okay, great. Fly heading 134 till crossing the LaGuardia 2.5 DME and then make a left turn to 050. From there, we get vectors. Fly the RNAV. Okay, thanks. Great. You're doing fantastic. So we're going to fly the RNAV. Because there's no controllers. Great. Let's grab the weather. The weather is 2204 at 4, 10-mile visibility, or 6-mile visibility, sorry. Mist, overcast, 800, 06 Celsius, altimeter 3025. 3025. Good. All right. So glare shield's now set. The transponder's set. The McDo's been set. Overhead panel's good to go. We got people. We got fuel. It's time to go. Yeah. As far as what Flex does, I'm not even. I don't even understand it fully. I know that it does things. I know that it does cool things, and it makes your life sort of easier. But yeah, I'm not the person to explain it. So we're gonna do a push back and a pull forward. Because that's what I feel like doing. Because all these guys that are waiting here, now they have to wait on me.
Retard.
Cirrus Max has gifted to Lumberhack 1 subscription. Lumberhack, welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. Thank you very much, Cirrus Max, for gifting that subscription to you. Cheers. Aviator Alexander, by the way, thanks for the host, man. I just saw the 5 viewers. Appreciate it, dude. I don't know if I set the alarm off or not, but thank you. I saw that Jeff hosted or linked to you the other day. I didn't get a chance to jump in and say hi, though. I was doing other stuff. Seatbelt signs on. Sit down. Dude, better pushback is awesome. I waited so long to get into better pushback, too, man. And when I finally did, I'm like, oh, it's real good.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed.
Retard.
And Sendero, welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. Max, thank you very much for gifting to Sendero. Cheers, man. Thank you. Would I recommend the A320? 100% yes. This is probably the second best A320 in all of flight simulation, and is the #1 virus-free A320 in all of flight simulation. I do recommend it, and I will say, I know some real pilots that have flown this and have had good things to say, and I know some people who were very, very, very happy with FS Labs that have come over and flown this and have very good things to say. So it is a fantastically done plane. It is very expensive, that's for sure, but it is a fantastically done plane. And that whole disclaimer thing applies. I was given a review copy of this plane. I did not pay for it, so that can cloud my judgment however you feel it should. Park brake off. Ignition on. Actually, we won't. We'll ignite once we get pulled forward.
Reach on. Reach on.
Bubbles,
Reach
welcome
on.
aboard. Good to see you. Happy Friday. This You're Not Found. Thank you very much for gifting us up to DJ Brett Adams. DJ Brett Adams, welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. Thank you very much for your support. Mr. You're Not Found. Cheers. Blue Lives Matter asked if I know Jeff Fabiano. I do. We're buddies. I'm going to be hanging out with Jeff here fairly soon. We're going to... I'm gonna hang out with him for Sun and Fun in April. It is a steep learning curve. Yeah, it is tough to pick this thing up, but when you learn how to fly this thing and you do it right the first time, like you get that first flight where it's just everything clicks, it's like, holy crap, man, what a neat experience. Like, I don't care if you're Boeing, I don't care if you're an Airbus fan. Like, when you learn how to fly a new plane and you have that one flight where, like, everything just locks into place and you were just like, wow. Like, you will get that experience with this airplane. And this airplane's really, the Airbus philosophy is very different from Boeing. So, like, there's enough things that are, like, enough flows that are different, enough things that are just a little bit different that, you know, you're kind of going to have to take a step back and sort of rethink about how you do all your simming stuff. I thoroughly enjoy this plane, and I would recommend it to anybody. All right, so there's the pull forward. So we'll go ahead and turn the ignition on. This time we'll actually wait. Okay, the ignition's on, and then we'll get start engine number 2. Beacon on. I'm not sure why it wants to come back here. We're not going to let it do that.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Okay, engine 2's coming up.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
It's not making any noise outside, which is disappointing. When the engine comes up,
Reach on.
Watch that
Reach
guy.
on. Reach on.
I have been here for 14 months. There it goes. I have been. Thank you very much for your continued support. Cheers to you, my friend. I do appreciate it. Use TopCat to calculate my takeoffs. It always shows you what flex to use. Cool. I've heard of TopCat. I haven't used it though. KJ Conlon, good to see it. Transition from P3D to X-Plane. It's a little difficult at first. The hardest part about transitioning to X-Plane is understanding not just how to install add-ons, but how to use the camera system effectively. You know, I was having a conversation with a kind of, I won't call him a P3D diehard, but somebody who was sort of entranced in P3D. And we were talking about cameras and how to move the camera around the cabin and whatnot. I put together a tutorial for that very thing. But once you learn how to get the camera moved around and sort of get around that way, like that's when the sim sort of opens up and you're like, oh my gosh, like I understand now why people like this. So yeah, there's definitely a bit of a learning curve, but you know, it's tolerable. It's not that bad. Flying Jackal, the pirated malware developer. No, he's actually not. Jack's good to see you, man. Happy Friday, dude. I hope you're doing well, man. Jack is the owner of FlyJSim and the creator of the wonderful 737-200, which I also did not pay for. Actually, no, I haven't paid for either one of them. Not because I pirated them, I promise. All right, so that's 2 good engines. Overhead panel, let's turn the APU bleed off. Let's turn the master switch off. Let's go nose lights to taxi. When my turn off lights can come on. Good there. Let's go flaps to 1. Arm the speed brakes, auto brakes, whatever. Arm the auto brakes. Brake fan on. Come outside. Turn the sound down a touch. Full right rudder's good. Full left rudder's good. Full back. Full forward. left, right. We're good. Let's get a picture. Okay, let's go park brake off. Check the brakes. Brakes are good. All right, so he's gonna start moving here now because he's probably with us. I mentioned a lot of these guys are with us tonight. Oh man, how the hell do I get to the runway? I guess I'm just gonna follow him. We are on Lima, which doesn't exist. No. I don't know what we're on. I guess I'll find out in a second. There we go, on Alpha. Oh yeah, Alpha does exist, okay. So we'll take Alpha. Alpha to Golf. Alpha to Golf, it looks like. Yeah, we'll take Alpha to Golf and then take Golf to Papa. I'm trying to find a center line here somewhere. Fire up Navigraph. There's a plane oh yeah, we could fire the browser up, couldn't we? Oh, I don't have a Navigraph subscription. Never mind. Yeah, I can't do that. Otherwise, yeah, you could totally pull that up. Hey, there's somebody landing on 1-3. I'm not the only idiot today. Well, he's coming in awfully hot there. Flare! Flare! Oh. I think mine might have been a little more violent, but that looked pretty intense. No, we're not using the version 2. I forgot. I didn't have time to get them today. So we're still on the Drzwecki version 1 airports. I'll get them for next time we come out here. And there go the struts. And the back tires. And the tail section. He didn't want me to feel so bad, right? LaGuardia always has spicy landings. Yeah, it's not a very big runway. I mean, 7,000 feet, but like the penalty for going long in LaGuardia is pretty severe. Sendero, happy Friday, Mike. It's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. What's the departure runway? I'm taking off runway 13. The departure runway that's favored right now is 22. But I don't want to go 22 because that goes the wrong direction. Hurry up, I'm behind you. Oh, you got to deal with my slow. I'm doing 15 knots, but yeah, you got to deal with my slow taxiing. Because I'm never in any sort of big hurry coming out of here. I felt that thump up here at 13,000. I can only hope that every single person that's in like the New York area right now is here on the stream. Who invited the cool kid? There's always the early bloomer. He gets tall before everybody else. That's awfully high too. I don't. That's interesting. These guys are gonna cross together. I'm sure he'll let the Delta go first, right? Floating plane made me hum the X-Files. Do 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 do. Clear right, clear left. Looks like he rotated too early, yeah. Buddy, I think you stalled your airplane there. You're not going anywhere.
04.
I should have made a CTAP call, but whatever. There's nobody out there. He's on DDIN version 2. There you go. Where are you going? We're headed up to Portland, Maine. We're leaving from, headed to Portland, Maine, leaving out of, LaGuardia. See if they want me to go first. He's stopped. He's going that way. So I'm gonna take the runway, I guess. Okay, takeoff config checked. Alright, he's gonna send me off first. Okay, lights. Camera. Well, let's check out the camera. Action. Armed. Out. Armed. On. Green. Let's go. Finals clear. I'm sure the other way's clear too.
Approaching. 3, 1.
Let's do this.
Retard. Retard. Retard.
Nice timing. We'll get you here in a second. K13 identified. See ya.
On runway. 3, 1.
Okay, we're good. Manage flex 45. Engines are up and green. Airspeed's alive. 100 knots. A little gusty. V1 VR. Positive rate. You're up. In the soup we go. Left turn coming up here in just a moment. Okay, back to flying power. Nose are down. There's the left turn. As we're accelerating here, putting our flaps in now. Go autopilot on. I want to see this breakout. Oh, this is going to be a good one. It wants to happen. It wants to happen. Come on, you can do it. Oh, yeah. Oh, there you go. Maybe not so impressive that way. All right, so let's come down here. Let's go direct to yeah, Grecki. Okay, direct to Grecki. Insert. There's the turn to Grecki. Okay, let's get our lights set. You. After takeoff, gear is up, lights are out. Turn that brake fan off. Auto brakes off. Speed brakes disarmed. Oh, my strobe is off. Whoops. I can fix that. And we'll turn the ignition off. Bye-bye, New York. It's good to see ya. Did I remove test.exe? Mr. Chow, it's good to see you, buddy. Happy Friday, dude. So what's better, FS Labs or FlightFactor? I have no idea. Never flown FS Labs. Thomas123, welcome aboard. We're running default weather. Green Jacket, welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. And this You're Not Found, thank you very much for the gift to Green Jacket. Cheers, my friend. I do appreciate it. This You're Not Found, you've been very generous tonight, dude. I really do appreciate it. Hey, this You're Not Found. You're the gentleman from the Norwood area, right? I was trying to remember your Twitch name. You the best, and I'm drunk. Totally fine with that. I did not turn off the engine trying to disarm disclose. I know, man. I know. I literally live across the street. Okay. All right. I got to get in touch with you and McShady Pilot then. Yeah. I'm going to write your name down here. I think we need to meet up for either coffee or a beer at some point. Do I plan on getting my instrument? Absolutely. Bay Donnie, welcome, or B.A. Donnie, welcome aboard. Yeah, the instrument is on my short list of things to do. I'm probably going to try to get my instrument done this year, or this summer if I can. I want to get checked out in the 182 that my club has. And so to do that, I need to fly it for 10 hours. So if I'm going to be flying a 182 around for 10 hours, I'm going to do my instrument training because that's got an autopilot. It's got two 530s. It's going to have a Garmin G5. Like, it's going to be very, very stacked plane soon. So yeah, I'm planning on doing my instrument this summer. And I honestly, like, this is going to be me, like, being super egotistical, but I don't think I'm going to have too many issues with my instrument. J.C. Willem, welcome aboard. Happy Friday. The rotating light from Norwood lights up my room. And dude, that's awesome. That's actually really cool. I mean, in like a super nerdy sort of way. I'm from North Kingstown, Rhode Island, says Jay Morrison. No kidding, dude. See, here's what I want to do. There's a bunch of us that live up here in New England. I know there's a bunch of people in the Boston area. Like, I want to maybe this summer, like one of these Saturdays, we'll say let's go to the airport diner in Norwood and let's just all meet up for breakfast. Like, I think we could probably get a fair group of people doing that. There's an 182. There's an airplane. Need to really pull back on the flare. Much heavier nose than the 172 Cherokee. Whole lot of airplane. Yeah, that's what I hear, dude. Like, I know it's going to definitely take some work to fly that thing. We're above 10,000 and crank the lights off. Is the 172 an RG? No, it's not, Ernie. It's fixed. It'd be awesome if it was retractable gear. That mean I could get my complex and my high performance on that thing, but no such luck. This is interesting routing. I wonder why it has you go to Judd's before it shoots up to Cambridge. I miss flying the 182. You won't want to fly the Cherokee again after that. So, Ben, I guess, I don't know if you've been around, maybe not been around for, I joined a new flying club. I no longer have the Cherokee 180. I have a Piper Warrior, a Cessna 172, and now a 182 that I have, that I have access to. So I have 3 airplanes that I can potentially fly. 152 I'll never fly in. I cannot get myself and an instructor in the 152. So there's that. But yeah, the 182 I'm looking forward to, man. I think it's going to be fun to fly. The thing is like I've flown around in Max's the Max's SR22 a number of times, so like I know what a high performance plane feels like when you're riding in one. And you know the SR22's got like 310 horses I think up in the front, and that thing just goes. Am I squawking TAR? I am. Yeah, my transponder's on 2000, all TRRA. I'll cycle it. There you go. Should be working. I got my PPL on Cutlass 172 RG. I got prop and RG endorsements as part of the PPL. Nice, dude. Yeah, so for us, we have high performance and complex. High performance is any plane over 200 horsepower. And complex is a plane that has flaps, variable speed, or variable prop pitch, and landing gear. Or retractable landing gear. Road Convention 261's powerful beast. Yeah, dude. Now add another 40 horsepower or 50 horsepower to that, man. Like it's crazy. But what a night it's been so far. I'm having a good time. No rants on this flight. No stories to tell. Just kind of chilling out. And I'm totally fine with that. Jeff went live, and Jeff went live, took 100 of my viewers, but that's okay. The cool kids are still here, damn it. What is Jeff doing tonight anyway? Police Academy, EDRP. EDRP sounds kind of dirty. Just saying. Just saying. Do you guys want me to do this flight at night? I could put it on real time if we want to see a night flight coming in. I'll actually put that up to the I'll put that up to the chat here. No rants, test.exe. Yeah, we talked about test.exe already. Cool kids never leave the stream. That's right, Ernie. And after this, we're gonna go watch somebody else too, because that's what we do. That's how we roll. Aerosim Gaming or Turbinator or Ground Point Niner. Night with clouds equals. Yeah, I know we won't see anything. That's a problem. I'm seeing a bunch of yeses. I'm seeing a bunch of yeses for night. So here's what I'll do. I'll go flight, and we'll go real time. Okay. We want to do panel lights. Once we load in, probably Boston loading in right now. Turn the floodlights down. There you go. All right. Real-time flight. Yeah, it's super dark. That's a problem, right? And I can turn some lights on. I can turn the floodlights on a little bit. That at least gives us something to see. I mean, it's not like you can see anything anyway. It's all just clouds and crap. Mood lighting. Here we go. I need to find some I need to find some some royalty-free porn music, apparently. I don't think I have anything here that'll work. Nah. All the royalty-free stuff I have is like happy-go-lucky music. Smooth jazz in the ADF radio. Yeah. Hello, ladies. Dark Killer, good to see you, man. Happy Friday. Welcome aboard. You want to touch my yoke? Sorry, you want to touch my side stick? That's a baby making music. Hell yeah, dude. I approve. Judd's coming up here. About 10,000 feet to go. We'll see if we make it. We should make it. We're gonna make it. Then we're immediately gonna come back down. It's gonna be a super short flight. Nice train of us though, heading to Portland. How many are there? 1, 2, 3. 3 of us? Yeah. 4. 4 of us heading up there. 5 including me. I recognize none of your names. I think Morales I recognize. I don't recognize anybody else though. Portland, Maine's getting more action than than Boston is tonight, right? Actually, it is. There's nobody flying into Boston. I bet the event, the Friday Night Ops though was up in Calgary, so there's a bunch of people flying up in Canada land. These guys are all heading into Calgary. I thought about Calgary, but I was like, I don't feel like flying in Canada tonight. Don't mind showing my CSL folders for X Squawk Box. Sure. Alright, so we go resources, plugins, X Squawk Box, resources, CSL. So I just had the blue ball. Oh. I had the Bluebell scenery pack, or the Bluebell packs. So I have all of them installed here. So that's what it looks like. I deleted all the default stuff. Like none of the default stuff is in there. It's just all Bluebell. I deserve what I get for that. Am I gonna hop up to Bangor or anything after? No, we'll probably call it a night after this one. It'll be 3.5 hours. We can call it early tonight. Gotta get the Bluebell scenery packs, right? The alcohol's kicking in a little bit, yeah. I haven't had that much, but it happens. You guys are killing me. I don't know. How far is Bangor? How far is Bangor from Portland? We can probably keep the train going. That's not the one I wanted to do. Let's see. Bangor is a quick flight. We could go to Bangor. 95 nautical miles. That'd be a very, very quick flight.
Retard.
Probably up to like
Retard.
5,000,
Retard.
15,000, 16,000 feet or so. Haslogen here for 4 months. Haslogen, thank you very much for your continued support. Cheers to you. I do appreciate it. Obi-Wan? I like that name. OBE12. Hi, Cat. First time on. Called you on the last leg, but it ran off the top during your... I'm sorry, dude. Obi-Wan, welcome aboard, man. Happy Friday, and it's good to see you, dude. Cheers. He's flying 8088 Golf in the wake. Nice, dude. I'm glad to have you come up here. Yeah, I need to get those new Druzwecki sceneries. I completely forgot about it today. I was super busy with work stuff and just didn't have time to really to go grab them. Free back clap music. We'll take it easy, man. Have a good night. Off to Boston, maybe set up for a flight to the southeast. If I do a flight, it's gonna be one more flight, and we could go to Bangor, or we could go to Boston, because Boston's kind of poopy tonight. So if we did Portland to Boston, even Bangor. Well, Portland is now a red dot. Bangor's a red dot. Boston's not good either. Actually, they're still. I think no, they're not coming over my house. No, they're not. They're coming over 2-7. Hey, we get some options. See how I feel. See how I feel when we get down in Portland. I changed the time to the current time. Yeah, I figured I'd do it. We'll do a night arrival here. I don't know. It's so dark. I don't know. There's nothing to see anyway tonight though, because it's all cloudy and crap. Here, we can do this. Let's turn the wing lights on. We'll do the Josh Gibbs thing here, and turn the wing lights on, and then we can stare at the engine. Load in the Boston scenery. Do another flight, please. Yeah, we'll see, man. Providence is over my house. Providence is over my house. Okay. I'm assuming you mean the Providence approach path is over your house. The Boston approach path for the 04s, or no, the 22s is over my house. So yeah, you live under. That's what I was thinking, man. You live under Providence, like it's. I don't know, dude. I know what you mean, though. Buffalo approach is on, but nothing up here in the Northeast. It's completely garbage weather. Like, it's a perfect night for flying on the network or on VATSIM, but whatever. I'm kind of enjoying just the relaxation of it all. Oh, I must have apparently fallen asleep too. Yeah. All right. So we got top of climb coming up here in about 25 miles or so. And then top of descents very, very, very quickly after we cross Cambridge. We'll probably actually start down at Cambridge. Close. Don't want that up. So, let's see. The Sea Dog 3 has no altitude restrictions. Oh no, Sea Dog at 11,000. Yeah, so that's what we'll punch in. Buff is not in the Northeast. It's definitely not in New England. I mean, it's kind of in the Northeast. When I say Northeast, I'm more or less referring to like New York, Boston area. Excuse me. Like New York, Boston, Burlington, Portland, like points sort of northeast of there. No, 24-hour stream? I don't think so. Peter Hoover, man, it's good to see you, buddy. Happy Friday. We'll go with the night lighting. This will look really cool when we come in on approach, because we're gonna open up. We'll have the whole city of Portland out in front of us as we're doing this approach. So the breakout here is gonna be really cool. Tickle in my throat from talking too much. Imagine that. Streamer speaks too much on stream. More at 11. Yeah, I see planes all the time coming in here. God, I got a really cool one from a while back. Not even sure where it's at. The Windows Phone stuff? Yeah, it has to be here.
Retard.
I agree. The Route 42. Welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. Thank you very much for your support. Cheers. Appreciate it, buddy. The Route 42. I think you're new too, right? I don't think I've seen you around before. Here we go. Here's the picture. Look at that. Nope. So they crank over my house at like 3,000 feet or less. All night long. And it's pretty cool. Yeah, that was my, I think I actually used that as a stream picture for a while there. That 7-4 going over there. That British Air, it was a British Airways 7-4. They crossed over every day at like 6:30 at night. Or 6:30 in the evening. Have I found any bugs with the FlightFactor A320? They come up once in a while, but they've been pretty good about fixing them. You know, right now it's not so much bugs. It's just that there's things that it's missing. I don't believe hold functionality is in yet. There's no failure stuff, and it's kind of some stuff like that people would like to see in this plane. I've forgotten what leaves look like on trees. Yeah, actually, that was the first reaction that I had there, man. Like that was the first thing I thought when I saw it. I'm like, holy crap! Like my backyard has trees. That was before I got the backyard fixed too. Where are the trees at? There's a really good picture of the trees in the backyard. I don't know. Yeah, I can't wait to see leaves again. Alright, so we're going down to 11,000 feet. So we'll punch in 11,000 here. And then as soon as we cross the Cambridge VOR, I'll push that in, and that'll put us in 1,000 feet per minute descent as we cross the until we catch up to the vertical path. Discovered my stream a few weeks ago, trying to make it for as many Fridays as I can. The Route 42. It's good to have you, dude. Good to have you. How did you find the stream then? Were you looking at other flight sim streamers or some other way? I'm always interested to know how people stumbled upon and ended up here. Vitor 727272, welcome aboard. Happy Friday, good to see you. Pot in my mind, happy Friday. Any dreams of exploring the SFRA around DC? I'd love to, man. Yeah, I'd love to. It's a bit of a hike for me to get down to DC, but it's something I'm looking into. My wife and I were talking about that yesterday, actually. I was mentioning to her that I would love to go down into DC, and it'd be awesome to fly down there. It'd be just a matter of finding the right airport to go to, and then of course doing the training and all that to negotiate the SFRA. But yeah, I would love to do it one of these days. One bug I have is the fact that I have an AMD card. If I put the rain effects on, I get the double cockpit glitch. Yeah, I don't know if it was you, but somebody in Discord was talking about that the other day too. That sucks. Such a weird bug. No leaves. I had 50 bags when fall was over. Yeah, we didn't have that many. I don't have that many trees, really. Fly to KINT next time. Small airport, doesn't have commercial anymore. Nice approach. Nice view of the city. What is that? KINT? Is that down in DC then? KINT. Where the hell is that? Oh, Greensboro. Okay, so that's North Carolina. That's going to be a bit of a hike. That'd be a long day of flying in a Cessna 172. I think the YouTube video showed up in a recommended list. Nice, dude. Well, I'm glad to have you here, man. So we crossed Cambridge VOR. We got the top of descent coming up here in about 15 miles or so. So we're going to push that button in. What's going to happen then? The plane is going to go into descent mode. It's going to fall into a 1,000 foot per minute descent. You're going to see this big purple dot here climb up a little bit. That's our vertical path, if you will. It's not a glide path, but it's our vertical path that we're shooting for. So the plane's now going to go into a 1,000 foot per minute descent. It'll keep at that until that dot comes back down and we intercept it. Did it not load the arrival in? I don't know. It's got the crossing restriction at Sea Dogs. That's all I really care about. All right. Cool. Sea Dog 3. All right. Oh no, it is. It is Cambridge direct to Sea Dog. No kidding. That is a long ass leg to have. 101 mile leg on an arrival. Cambridge direct to Sea Dog. That's kind of nuts. So, the little squiggly line indicates where we will intercept our glide path, our vertical path, if I recall. And then the markers here are when we will reach our altitude, and then our next top of descent. I think our next top of descent. I don't know. After Sea Dog, we're just gonna keep on going down, so it's not a big deal. This will be a really pretty. This is gonna be a really pretty approach, by the way. Once we get down. I found you from Jeff Faviano. Good. A lot of people come here from Jeff. Jeff and Frugal, Squirrel, Matt Davies, like a lot of those guys have driven a lot of traffic to the stream. Jay Morris, where are you from, man? Why am I not flying the Piper anymore? Nader here, good to see you, man. I changed flying clubs. I opted to change to a different flying club that has more airplanes, is much closer to home, and they have better equipped airplanes for IFR flight. So the Piper, unfortunately, it did not look like it was going to get upgraded in a timely manner, and there were some other concerns I had, and the airport was 45 minutes away compared to 15 minutes away at the new one. So I opted to make the change. Just kind of bite the bullet and sort of deal with it. Found from frantically looking at X-Plane videos how to set up X-Plane. Yes, that's the one we're doing. X-Plane tutorial version of the tutorial that got me on the right track. Awesome, dude. I remember making that video too. That was a fun one to put together. I did a lot of I actually did a ton of planning before I made that Welcome to X-Plane 10 video. Came from YouTube, looking at videos how to do startups, get into X-Plane. Nice, man. If you push constraint on the ND controller, you can see the crossing restrictions. Once the vertical deviation pointer goes off the scale, you can see your actual deviation on the progress page in the McDo. Aha. Yeah, I knew about the constraint thing. It clutters up the ND, so I don't really worry about it too much. Oh yeah, we need to put destination stuff. So perf for the approach phase. Portland is winds are 180 at 8. 180/08. It is 2 degrees outside. And the altimeter setting is 3014. 0.14. This approach will take us down to, I'm assuming, 200 feet. ILS 11. Oh, I'll go to Cat. We can go away Cat 3 mins if we have to. But we'll do Cat 1 mins. Will be fine. So it takes us all the way down to 150 feet. 150 on the radar altimeter. Oh, sorry, 166. Yeah, 166. It's a weird number. Whatever. 166. Okay, that's good. And our transition's 18,000. All right. Okay, down we go.
Reach-on.
Somehow now we're
Reach-on.
high.
Reach-on.
Doesn't make any sense. How are we? Oh. So we need more drag, don't we? Do we need more drag? Breel8406. Welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. Thank you, Breel, or Be Real, I'm going to say, for your support. Cheers to you, my friend. Welcome aboard and happy Friday. Can you change to pounds? Not yet. Jay Moore said, I'm probably going to try to put together a New England gathering at some point. We'll get a bunch of people together then. Dan of Vermont, I missed you by a day. I was near the Portland airport on Thursday evening. Ah, dude, that sucks. We totally could have had you come with us to Duck Fat and get some poutine. Yeah, it was the whole thing was sort of spur of the moment too. I had planned on doing the trip, but I hadn't planned on actually sticking around and staying anywhere. Chili Fry 777 here for 2 months. Chili Fry, thank you very much for your continued support. Cheers to you, buddy. Do appreciate it. Does taking a drag make you high? I guess that depends. I might be the wrong person to ask. Alright, we'll put the speed brakes back in. And we'll see. We'll keep an eye on the speed here. So the speed's gonna creep up a little bit. We might have to put some speed brakes back out. Yeah, we've got an 85 knot tailwind, so that's not helping our cause here. Alright. So let's go 1/4 speed brakes. So if this speed gets to the top of the line here, what's going to happen is the plane's going to nose itself up to keep that speed, and it'll push us off of the vertical path here. So we want to keep on this vertical path as best as possible, because it'll take us all the way down to the 11,000 foot restriction at Sea Dog. Mike Weeda here for 4 months. Mike Weeda, thank you very much for your continued support. Cheers to you. I appreciate it. Yeah, the whole spur of the moment thing was amazing. It's the first time I've done something like that, where it's been like, all right, let's, like, I don't know, the first time I've done anything like that. And I've met up with Max a few times. I've taken some friends out, and we've gone flying a few times in here and there. But it's the first time where I'm like, all right, let's, I don't know, 4 hours from now, let's go meet up for dinner. Jeff is playing a GTA and has 1,100 viewers. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me, man. Jeff's got a big following. I don't think you guys realize he's got close to 1 million subscribers on YouTube. Like, the dude is legitimately popular. Can I email you? If you want to shoot me an email, you're welcome to. My email address is host@catstrator.live. It's down below the stream here. But I'll never remember to send an email to somebody while I'm streaming, especially after I've had a couple cocktails. Can you show me what's inside the aircraft packages in your CSL directory? I'm trying to fix mine, but the instructions in the org are not that good. Yeah. So we go to resources, plugins, X Squawk Box, resources, CSL, aircraft packages. So the aircraft packages is just, I've literally copied this from Bluebell. I have not touched anything. I deleted all the existing CSLs for X Squawk Box, and I added the Bluebell pack on the outside here. So literally all I've done is copied from the zip file out here, and it's done the rest of the work for setting up the XSB aircraft and whatever else. So yeah, I hope that helps. Hope that's what you're looking for. Inside there, you've got that. If we go to the Airbus, open up a, I don't know, 319, you got a bunch of liveries and whatnot. Yeah. Will there be another flight?
Altimeter setting.
Haven't decided yet. 3014 on the altimeter. We could head down to Boston. Boston would be a short flight from here. I don't know. We'll see. Because we've still got probably 15 minutes before we're on the ground. Alright, so now we're getting a little low. I can probably put my speed brakes back in. See what happens here. Yeah, tailwind's pretty nuts. Tailwind's the reason why we have to pull those spoilers out. The real MG867, thank you for the bits. Thanks for doing a night flight, even though you don't like night flights. No problem, man. Cockpit looks beautiful. Cockpit does look really good, man. I will agree. Cheers. And you know what's going to be this breakout, when we break out coming into Portland, I can already tell you, it is going to be spectacular. It is going to look really, really, really good. I don't know though. I think this might be it for the night. Like, it's going to put us at 3.5 or close to 4 hours. And I'm kind of okay with 2 flights tonight. But we'll see how I feel. I usually shoot to be done between like 10:30 and 11:30. And if I do another flight, it's going to push us closer to midnight before things are all said and done. And that's getting late for me. Don't kid yourself. You're not doing another flight. Yeah, probably not. Bubble Me Tuna knows me too well, right? How do you update the nav date on this plane? You can buy a cycle from Aerosoft. Eventually, Navigraph is going to support it, but they keep saying soon, 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 and they've been saying that for 2 months now, so I have no idea. Does the FMGC have the winds page model? I have no idea. I don't even know where that's at. Data? Yeah, I don't know if they've modeled the winds page or not. I don't even know where to find it. I'm not that smart. Take my flight lesson to KSP. Nice, dude. Portland's overcast 700 3014 100 at 8. Thank you. We got 2 targets in the ground up here. That's interesting. I don't think those are real planes. Call it a hunch. Okay, Sea Dog at 1100. After Sea Dog comes the 2300 for Buxto. So we'll enter 2300. Let's push that into managed mode. So it's going to level off, potentially level off to Sea. Okay, there it goes. 2300 now. So now it's going to nose itself down. And it should bring the speed back to 250. Let's see here. It's going to be close as to whether we actually make that restriction. I think we should be okay, though. Worst part's going to get this slowdown going. I'm going to pull some speed brake out here for the deceleration. Yeah, we're in speed brakes. That tailwind's killing me, man. A direct 50 knot tailwind is this plane's not happy with that. Flight plan RSK on any waypoint. Alright, flight plan. Let's try Buxto. Winds. Request. Huh. No kidding. Not allowed. I don't know. I'll have to play with that. I will have to play around with that at some point. I've never even tried to mess with that, so I'm going to write that down. Winds. Yeah. So we're at 250 now. We're descending down to get back on path here. But activate the localizer. 109.9er, 109.9er, 110 degrees in the course. Don't care about tower, don't care about ground. Missed approach, climb 600 feet, make a right turn, climb 3,000 feet direct to the Kennebunk port. Kennebunk VOR. Cool. Use reverse thrust. Yeah. Have I ever flown in a small twin? I have not. I'm going to fly in a small twin very soon.
Retard. Retard. Retard.
This URL not found. Thank you very much for gifting the sub to Twitch. Cheers, my friend. This URL not found. You're very generous tonight. I do appreciate it, man. Thank you. No twins yet, but I think very, very, very soon I'll be flying around in a twin, at least once. Because a certain friend of mine has gotten his multi-commercial rating, and he didn't tell anybody that he was taking it. So congratulations to Cirrus Max, who got his commercial multi-rating fairly recently. I don't think we talked about that on the stream. But he wants to build some commercial, he wants to build some twin time, and I'm always down for going around and getting flying around with people. So, yeah, that'll be a good time. All right, let's put those in. Once we cross Arar, we will activate approach mode. I'll probably try to keep that speed coming back. Flew once in a Piper Aztec. It was weird coming from 172. I'd like to do some multi-time, but it's so expensive around here. It's like $280 an hour to do multi-engine flying. Home field is not KNT, so glad I don't live under the approach path for two reasons. It's the hood. A lot of old Lears operating out of there. Ah, got it. Yeah, very loud. Yeah, it depends on the kind of airplanes you got going. Like, I live underneath the approach path for Boston, but realistically, the planes are 2,500 feet above me, so it's not a huge deal. All right, so we still need some speed brakes out. Tailwind's getting better, but it's already pushed us enough that it's all screwed up. I'm gonna have to look into the winds forecast, though. I'm interested in playing around with that and seeing if maybe that would have improved things here. Basing the entire opinion of the FF320 on this landing. Rye Flea 60. Welcome aboard and happy Friday, man. If you're basing your opinions off of anything that I do, I don't know. Here we go. In the soup. Look at that. That's actually kind of cool. Okay, localizer's alive. Nice thin wispy layer of clouds here. Speed brake is out. 2,300 feet to Buckstow. Let's go approach mode. So let's go perf. It won't let me activate approach mode. It already activated approach phase. Okay. Good to know. Okay, we're slowing down for the approach phase now. Let's get all the lights on that we forgot to turn on. We're looking for activity on... Oh, hello! Warp speed ahead. Activity on the localizer here. Which we should see... Here it comes. Let's activate the localizer. So we're in nav mode. Local's checked. Local's good to go. We got movement on the glide slope. We'll activate approach mode. Right there. Let's go one notch of flaps now that we've got movement there. That's going to bring the speed back to the slat speed. And we'll keep them coming back to flaps 2 now. Flaps 2. Here's the intercept. We'll set 3,000 feet for the missed approach altitude. Speed continues to come back. There's the intercept. Go gear down. We're looking for 3 green on the gear. Once we get 3 green, we'll go flaps 4. Avid Aviator, thank you very much for the bits, man. I'll be at Flight Sim Expo. Look forward to meeting a fellow simmer. You meet our fellow streamer. We'll find you, man. Okay, we got 3 green. Let's go flaps. Armed spoilers. Auto brakes to medium. Brake fans on. Overhead panel looks good. Lights are set. Good to go. Gears down, 3 green, flaps down and indicated. Speed brake is armed, auto brake is armed, brake fans are on. I do have the runway now. I'm gonna wait a little bit here though until we get below the clouds, because this is only slightly disorienting. Warp speed ahead, Chewie. Yeah, we're doing the Kessel run tonight. Gear, flaps. Let's wait for the breakout. It's gonna look real good when it breaks out, I promise. Check. Get armed for Cat 3 duel if we have to. Cat 3 takes us down to 100 feet. Which doesn't buy us that much, all things considered.
Approaching 1-1.
Got it. Autopilot off, auto throttle off my airplane.
$500. $400.
Okay, 8 knots right off the right wing.
300. 100 above.
In sight.
200.
Continue landing.
Minimum.
Continue landing. That too. Of course I'm high.
100.
Why wouldn't I be?
50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 5.
If you're basing anything off that landing, you're not buying this airplane. Okay, versus out, spoilers out, decel. Manual braking. Versus in. Clear left, clear right. Let's go you. And we'll do you off, you up. I didn't make a T-tap call. Whatever. Ourselves in here. Guess we should not blind maintenance, or the marshaller. And we'll go park brake. If we don't want to wait on the AP, we'll have them bring the ground power and the air start out here. Overhead panel, we'll switch over to ground power. And I want to have dome lights on. Dim. Strobe off, beacon off, all that stuff is good. All that stuff is good. All right, let's turn the engines off. Engine 1, engine 2. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Portland International Airport, where the local time is 10:32 p.m. I told you that looked pretty cool. No, we're gonna call it tonight. I'm good for the night. We'll go watch somebody else. We'll probably go say hi to Airsim Gaming. He's doing some flying too. Yeah, Portland, man. Let's go to the daytime now. So when I came in here the other day, I landed on this runway, runway 36, and I touched down. I don't know, about right there. Actually, I think I made it off here at this taxiway. Maybe this one, at the worst case scenario. But we parked over here, and yeah, it was a good time. Cool little airport to fly into. Took off on that one. When we were pre-flighting our planes, there was a big ass 757 from FedEx that took off on 29, just kept screaming down the runway. Like it was unexpected. Put it that way. Unexpected. Miles ahead's on short final. All right, I'll give you a second here. Okay, I'm gonna wait for the one here, and then I'm probably gonna do my replays and we'll call it a night.
Retard.
So Evan Aviator, thank you very much for the bits, man. I look forward to meeting everybody down at FlightSim Expo. Ailerons Neutral, welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. Thank you very much for the gift there. This year all not found, dude. You were way too crazy tonight, man. Cheers and thank you so much for all the support this evening. Rob, it is officially now the weekend. I agree. Let's see how he does. See, it's coming in awfully hot there. He's gonna float it now. He's gonna try to show off. Oh, that's a lot of flare. That's a lot of flare. You're gonna stall. Boom. It's tough to tell on VATSIM because the update time is not fantastic. Thank you to all the guys who flew up here with me though. That was great to see everybody on the ground at LaGuardia. I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect. I'm sorry that we can't sit here and watch all your landings, but that's just how it goes every week. Sorry. All right. So I cannot make it during the day here. Oh yeah, there's no sounds too. Right, forgot about that. So I can't make it daytime to watch these. That's another reason why I don't like to do the nighttime stuff. Yeah, I stalled the plane and thumped it. Missed the center line. There was nothing good about that landing. Aside from the fact that it looked cool coming in. Can we turn off the dome lights? No. Shoop. This is probably not going to look as cool as the FlyJ Sim did the other week. Yeah, that was bad. That's all good. It's the best I can do for you guys. I want to thank you all so much for coming out tonight. It was an absolute pleasure. Absolute blast of a time. And thanks for sticking around for my rant and all that crap. Let's do you.